Ddc Skool of Thoughts, yeah. Kubatirana, techizizana, techiyambusana, fila, kuonesana, techisimudzirana, ya. Panondo patosangana, techibatirana, panondo patokumana, techizizana. Ddc Skool of Thoughts, Ddc Skool of Thoughts. Yautete wachimonyo pila icho kwadi upenyu uyu unoda kupanana miwono, yeah. Kubatirana, techizizana, techiyambusana, pila kuonesana, kusimudzirana, nekukurudzirana, yeah. Panondo patosangana, techibatirana, panondo patokumana, techibatirana. Ddc Skool of Thoughts, Ddc Skool of Thoughts. Ddc Skool of Thoughts. Real life matters now. Mondays and Fridays, 8:30 p.m. UK time. Live here on Facebook. Ddc Skool of Thoughts. What? Ddc Skool of Thoughts, yeah. Kubatirana, techizizana, techiyambusana, fila, kuonesana, techisimudzirana, ya. Panondo patosangana, techibatirana, panondo patokumana, techizizana. Ddc Skool of Thoughts, Ddc Skool of Thoughts. Yautete wachimonyo pila icho kwadi upenyu uyu unoda kupanana miwono, yeah. Kubatirana, techizizana, techiyambusana, pila kuonesana, kusimudzirana, nekukurudzirana, yeah. Panondo patosangana, techibatirana, panondo patokumana, techibatirana. Ddc Skool of Thoughts, Ddc Skool of Thoughts. Ddc Skool of Thoughts. Real life matters now. Mondays and Fridays, 8:30 p.m. UK time. Live here on Facebook. Ddc Skool of Thoughts. What?
Hello, good people. Salibonani Malkabezulu. Linjani Bawe Tumurugus gonna say wherever you are. I hope and trust you're doing good. Today it's Monday. Did you say Sibonde?
Did you say na dewa?
Rabana wadi.
I worry de kuno kwa fara chaizo.
Inga zanima muri blessed muri pa holiday. Right. Good people. Miriam Manda, how are you doing? Ndiana tudatangana hapo. Right. Julie Russell, how are you doing? Margaret Mudavano ndepi. Nyasha Shameni Mangwende, how are you doing? Sweetheart. Loveness, what you say Lizzie Mamo, how are you doing? Ambilon Rufu. Ndepi. Charo Chak, Hansi Songe Wedwe, Tiritese, say True DG, how are you doing? Hansi, hello family, Pananda Sierra, Erin Matapo, thanks for watching. I don't think I've missed anyone. Yvonne Nyandoro, thanks for watching. Margaret Noan, thanks for watching. How are you doing, guys? Hope you are doing all great. Primrose Chindu, say, good people, Murugus gonna say, how are we all doing? I hope and trust my mini weekend. Nyakanaka, kuno kwa bozi good. Mary Mbarume, say, God remangenda, Mpano Murugus gonna say, and you right. Guys, if it's your first time coming here, please do likewise. Follow the page, like the page, share the page with your family and friends as well. You can write your reviews so that we know where we are doing right and where we are doing wrong. If you've got a story that you want to share, as always, get in touch with your story. We'll bring it here. Then we can use it as a learning curve for other people. You know, but if you want to be one of the panelists at any given time, be free. It's either unaenda pa StreamYard kana uti you come pakambudzi kanaka, then phone, you WhatsApp, you call, then Twitter say, then we help each other with your opinions. Your opinions, your views are well respected. Same applies with my views and my opinions. You have to respect them because they are my opinions, they are my views. No one is right, no one is wrong. Here we don't troll, we don't bash people because I presume we are all adults. So say sevan vakuru. Selina Ragzawa doing Lizinda Mogona. Right, so it is what it is, such as life. This is a learning school where we discuss the real life matters, things that matters to our hearts, things that we might have experienced, things that we know of, and try to empower each other by sharing these stories. So after the show, if you feel you've been affected, as always, we've got a strong team behind the scenes, which is there to support you. Simbasa Tero, how are you doing? So they get to say, let's start our program tonight. Right, for those who are in Divorce Club, stay there. Divorce Club is hot. Divorce Club is lit. We've got a club called Divorce Club where we mix and mingle divorcees, widows, those who are still searching. That's your club where we share our personal experiences. So if you want to join the Divorce Club, you are married, no married people, no married couples, only single widows and divorced, you can join in, ask any of the panelists or ask anyone. They'll share the link with you. Then be there. Then you will say congratulations. But so far, I think we've got 4 or 5 who are happy. You know, that's a good thing about about the Divorce Club. And again, the good thing about these groups, I will say, or what we are doing, it brings people closer. You become family, right? So some, they become friends. We are family. We visit each other. So it's another way of connecting people. The more we talk to people, the more you know, oh, we are in area mango, let me visit, whatever. So that's the good thing about these platforms, not DDC only, but all the social media platforms. The purpose of Facebook was to make people reconnect. So we are happy with we are family, we are doing that. We still do it as well. Link, please, Divorce Club. We'll do that for you. Blessing, don't worry. To say, pan right. Isimil, how are you doing? Spong Lekona, say, blessing, Mucharan, Debbie, Ten Wine in Zima Shunganga, say, Roka Sanzam Chabayu and Deepin, the EP. Sasha, Moyo, long time no see, my dear Warova. Hey! That times there are people that you know. This person, Sasha, it has been a while. Did this in the Kupinda Mamuri Kutaura? Okay, not to worry. I will send you the link. I will send you the link. Those who want to get in the Divorce Club, in the Messenger, yeah, Facebook, then I will send you the link. So not to worry, don't panic. You'll be safe there. We need my rules and regulations. So as soon as you get in, we need my rules and regulations, and so and see what needs to be done and what needs to be done, because it's a group where we need to respect each other and to respect other people's privacy as well. Saka, that's the other thing. The other thing is, as you know, you can as well send stars. You can subscribe. Amelia, you can join the Divorce Club. Why not? You can send your stars. You can subscribe 99 cents or $1 every month until when your cows come home. So for those who have been sending stars, I just want to say, guys, Thank you so much for sending the stars. Your stars will go a long way. Like I always say, your stars will support those less privileged people. Today's are packed, then packed to just find somebody that feel like you and I who thought, okay, we have identified this project. Let's maybe just chip in some few cents that we have, then we'll do that. That's the purpose of my stars, is for us to support other people. So please do likewise. It's not much that you buy the stars for. It's a lot. Even if it's 1p, that's your money, but you know your money is going to good use. So on that note, how do I join the divorce club? Emilia, ndinyorere ku messenger ndikustumire link kana unyorera sibone link divorce club andire. Yeah, kana unyorera sibane link divorce club kana mkuma kwanga na ibuka donyera baba ndo kutumira go think inbox, then you just join the divorce club. Good. Right. On that note, let's go to our tonight's topic. Tonight's topic, I want to attract older men. Right, don't worry. I'll check for the link now. Let me read tonight's topic. Then I'll get the link. Right. Where is the story? And okay, this is the StreamYard link. Copy. Let me copy the link first. Put the link here. Paste. Pin the link. And I need to pin this link. There's the link. Pin the link there. Right. The link in the StreamYard. No, I see a divorce club. Divorce club. Don't worry. Right. Our tonight's topic says, I only attract older men. I only attract older men. Dear Elder in DDC, Magadi Henyo, and thanks for this wonderful platform. Elder, please keep me anonymous. I'm a young lady aged 24, and the reason that brought me here, Elder, is that the boys of my age don't propose to me at all. Elder, to be honest, the youngest person I would say I have ever dated was a 35-year-old man, and I felt like there's a big difference between our ages. Elder, why is it that I only attract older men, and the majority of them are married, and what causes it? Elder, can it be me who attracts them? Because sometimes I feel like it's a curse, and this makes me feel very emotional and upset. Elder, I want help if there's anyone out there who had experienced what I'm going through for attracting older men, yet and they don't ask me out. Banundisa friend zone. Thanks, Elder. Right, so here we've got a 24-year-old lady who is saying it's strange, and to a point she thinks or she feels that maybe it's a curse because the only people she attracts are older men, and most of these men are married. And she said the youngest person she dated, according to her memory, was 35 years old. And she went on to say that boys of her age, the only thing they do is to put her in a friend zone. No one will ever say, oh, babe, I love you, or can I take out for a drink? No, they'll take her as a friend. So she's saying, ladies out there, is there any one of you who might have experienced what this lady is going through? We always post these stories and people read. So I've got somebody who contacted me yesterday. Actually, this person is like me. She said the only people she attracts as well are mature men who are in their 50s. She has never dated someone who is young, and she said she tried it, and they are miles apart. So she said she might come, not the one who wrote the letter, it's someone else who said she might come and explain what she goes through. And she said she finds these men more mature, more understanding, and dealing with matters better. That was it. So she said she might come and explain. So I don't know you ladies out there is it a case, or the lady is saying, is it herself who maybe attracts these older men to go for her, or it's something that is natural, whereby maybe older men like spring chicken, and maybe vice versa, the young boys also likes mature women to go out with. So let's help a sister who is in quite a dilemma of relationships, whereby she said the youngest she dated was somebody who was 35. So there we go. Sibo, what's your take on this one? No,
and 24 years.
Yeah, always dating. She's finding it difficult to date young people. Yeah, it's not difficult, but all the boys of her age, they don't ask her out. They don't put any friends on. The only people she dates mature old people. The youngest she dated was a 35-year-old guy. The majority of them, it's either they are married or much older than her. So she's asking, is it a case? Has she been cursed? Is it normal, or is something which she doesn't have control over? So she wants to ask other women out there if any one of you guys might have experienced it, or what might be the reason which makes her to attract older people than boys of her age.
Zvakawandisa, because apana kunyatsotiudza kuti she's 24, she's at school, she works, she's da. She didn't tell us much about herself. Ndo zvinowanzotariswa nevanhu kuti ndiwani, uri chini, ndinifara iwe ndiwefarisai, saka une chii. Saka vamwe vanhu vanototyira, ndakambotaura pana kuti vanhu vanodaro vanotyira kure vaya turn off. Saka vamwe anototi apa ndikwana akutozvizeza kudhara. Saka most cases ndo zvinowanzoitika kuti vanhu they will look at you votobva vatokutya kuapproach. Anosikika here, anozviti chira, anoenda kugym, anozvida, hatingapakwana here apa, andozviona. Saka ndo dzimwe zvinoitika zvokuti vachikura anogona akatozvipira neconfidence, ane kadhati, otosvika achitoziva kuti chimhando chidii ndochisimudza icho. Saka anobva atoapproacha zvine kamutsindo. Saka it's not a curse, it's just that these guys are probably afraid of what she has or who she is. Because zvakawanda mafactors ndisaka ndikushaya kuti apa ananyazotaura kuti what does she do, because mostly varume vanotarisa izvozvo. Pana vamwe anotoda munhu anozviitira because havadi kuchengeta. Varume mune maskiri kai, munofunga kuti hatikuziveyi, asi tichikuziveyi, tichongoda kunyarara kuti asise mapenzi. Because varume mazuva ano havadi kuchengeta, vada munhu anochengeta kudhara. Saka vanoda ngosvika ngoda ngotamba game, ngoda ngorula ndo zvaanogona, handiti. Saka iye it's not a curse. Kana achikwanisa, kana achida hake kuzvipreserva, anogona kugara asina, kana achifunga kuti anoda kana achida hake kuti anozowana we close to her age. But sometimes ndizvo zvinenge zviri zvake, munhu anzi mugona anagona wake. Saka kana vari vako older than you are, most cases I prefer somebody that is my age and older, because I don't like dating young guys younger than me, because handidi kuudza munhu zvekuita. So zvatange ndikuudza mwana wamai vangu kana kuti friend yangu, my spouse, I like my spouse a little bit older than I am. Not kuita zvana Grace naMugabe, just kungova mukuru 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, yeah. Saka no, it's not a curse, my sister. Kana kuti uyu mwana wangu 24, it's not a case. Ndo zviripo. Iwo kana mukanzwanana pamafungiro munotogarisana. But ukada izvo zvekuti muri madhara chichichichi, iye anotokubata saizvozvo, anongotambawo newe ozviti ndiri mudhara rokamwana okusiya. Madhara acho ndiye ari kuchengeta, ndo ari kuchengeta mazuva ano. As long as you know what you want and know when to say no to some things. Because those nyaya dzevanhu vari kuuya pano vari kupenga kuti ndakazonzwa nemudhara chichi, madhara iwayo wanda nevakadzi avo, ndo pazonetsa manje kuti anogona kunga ane vakadzi avo. Kana variwo single unogona kutowanikwa. Endewo ari kuzimbabwe hati kune mutemo vanobvumira kuti vakadzi 2, 3, 4 kana akangokubvumidza kuti mukadzi wechi2 kana wechi3 ukabvumirana nazvo, Hapana chakaipa. Muchingochengetwa zvenyuka. Kuti handitoona ari kuchengeta vachi madhara. Unongogara zvako mwanangu. Asi kana udambopembera nenyika, unombopembera nenyika, but don't use yourself, don't let yourself be used. Sometimes kana uzoda settle down. Unenge wapera power usisina basa. Saka just be patient. It's not a curse. Date, dating spree, it's not this commitment. Unongona kudata ako just kuona kuti zvinofamba sei. But if you want to commit, then find one. Wanozongoti uyu ndiwo wangu wanoti naye chere ari older than you. Because vanhu hazvina mutemo. Hanzi age dance. Hanzi age kudiki. Pane kaslogan anongotaurwa hanzi age is nothing but just a number. Whether it's younger or older. Kunzwisisana kwenyu pfungwa dzenyu dzikawirirana. Runonzi rudo. Ndiro rudo rakarohwa pachira. Handiti. Saka don't worry maningi.
So you're saying kuti vanhu havachadi munhu anosatonzwa ke. Saka tomboti ari kushanda, was it going to be different?
See what I'm saying is because nenyaya ikozvino kune nhamo yawandisa zvinhu zvasiyana nemakare isusu isi ma-G50 zvatosiyana kuti unenge wakabata zvako nzungu dzako uchipura nenzungu uchitodya uchienda kumombe munosangana kumatanga uko moenda kunodya matamba tsombori uchiita sei whatever. Ava manje anotarisa kuti uri kuenda kuchikoro here ende dzimwe dzenguva vanenge vachindeme kutamba hapana kuseriousness. Unless kana makatobva muri ma-high school sweethearts muchirerana muri mumaraini muzoroorana ndo masingatanasi kuzoramba nayo vanhu vakadaro. Vanenge vakakura vese voroorana 2-5 years havarambani because vaitamba vese vachakajairana umwe akuchita akuona zvimwe zvinyowani ndokuzorambana. Saka ainipona ndekuti most kana akaziva kuti what are you doing, hanzi I'm the table, what are you bringing to the table, hanzi I'm the table. Ndozvako mazuva kuti vashoma varume kana kuti vakadzi vanoda kudheta murume asingashandi kana kuti murume anoda kudheta mukadzi asingashandi asinawo zvaanobringa to the table, especially if they're looking for long term. Ndonyaya dzatiri kunzwa dzakawanda munhu anenge achingoti asikuda kundichengeta anokuchengeta kudiki murume chengetana handiti ndio zvako mazuva ano inge vari kuruka madhoiri wani mudzimba umu ana mai vari kuita mushika vana baba vari kushanda ada kuzvitoka mari kake mumba hanzi unosiyiwa wakatemba kuda kungotemba nemari yebaba vanenge vachikuda vekutamba two not mosiyiwa mai niyo baba vaenda nehouse newife number 2 imi mama musingashande muchingobhingana baba muchiti mari iripo. Yes, sometimes unogona kudaro but kana wakazvimiririra uneka wedhi mbichana uneka akakuremerera kekuti anogona kuti ndingavagona here mistress vaya amuona ane imba yake ane didi but tiri kusvota paya ini ndigona kunombamira unozi varume magara muneka kakusaiza nekakuzvisaiza mega navsinda ndakambokutaura pana kuti pana ini vamurume agara anodaro is a turn off anoona ndakuona mazuva esaya but ndaitongutya ukagara wakwanga waineka statement ikoko botogara kure uri kutya chii aunambona ndakabata futi kutadzi vangandidhure mai avo udhone ndigona angoenda kujimba tukashasha kutaura ndigona kukupa blow. Yes, I can hit you ndigona kukurova but hazvizvo zvekuti ungabva watotya kuda kunditiridzira muridzo tete ndeipi handiti ndio zvatajaira but this girl handina kuona problem saka ndati I don't think there's a problem kuti vanhuwo kana kuti minoti anoyera chiko ndimasivanda kana kuti ndichera rudzi rumwe rudzi runongotyisa so unongoona wega ngoti panapa pasipita panapa kana kuti vanhu ichokwadi I'm liking her because she's evaluating herself. Sometimes we as men and women need to do that. Could you look at yourself and say ndine munyama here chiko chikumenya kitu kapandi because unenge uchiassume kana you want a certain road kuti equally into this way but it's not aizonzira rupomba nayo kuti saka ndikushaisha papi saka machizotanzi maybe uri kufamba munzira dzire you're going to church looking for a man enda kubhora unoona vanoenda kubhora enda club. Some people want to go there unonhongwa and you're looking but you're not wanting to you don't approach varume zvimakare unomirira kuapproachwa saka naye achidake kuda kuti atsvage wake oti ndinoda kuapproacha yeah she can go and say oh Thomas ndafunga kuti tifambidzane ndifunga nokuti uri age yangu she can do that nowadays. It's very popular. Women vanotosvika vachitonyenga murume zvikatofamba akatoroorwa. But I don't want to encourage that because unozofamba mbiri ona kufamba mbiri kuti amusikana musikana uyo akatonyenga ufunge anofamba mbiri ngaangosiyana nazvo ngaangodzaka naiyo as long as she knows what she wants. If she's not getting what she wants, then she leaves. Dating sometimes you date, it leads to marriage, sometimes you date, it leads to disappointment, sometimes you date just to wall up time and then to mature yourself. Pfungwa dzako dzinobva dzato unenge uchitombopinda maavenues kuona kuti zvakamira sei. Ndimi kamaita test drive first before you buy. Ndizvo zvakaizvozvo nekungotenga mota uzoona kuti yakashata uchaidawo kuda kuisiya ndizvo zvacho izvo. A lot of people have done this. Kuti vanongobatana naSamson motobva watoti mamburi 2 years down the line achadi anyengwa nadewa kusaiva kuti bika mapoto nekusaiti munhu orowa kubatikidzwa. We don't want that. Saka iye hake kana asifunga kuti havadi vanhu vachivavo anongogara aregedza because love you choose who you want to love, like they've chosen her, but the people that have chosen her are much older than her and she's feeling discomfort of which she shouldn't be. Kana asifila discomfort ngaabva atoregedza kuchimhanya because she's wasting anzi mamaira sugar yake ino expire. But urikuda kuti ndiko dewa ukuti amaqimba asina kubikwa
atanabikwa ndiye
ndikubvunza sonata asina kubikwa what
ndabika
uchasumuka papo uchimhanya kunova trumpet tikashaya kuti chii chiri kuitika.
Ndabika handisi matomatoes handisi maonyeni handisi anything
ndeyekudry kungoti chwa uri kupauza kamazano kuona kuti tikati kuzoti nyimo mhene mumba makwe munotovhara do kuchizvisurira uchizvipazhira vanhu vachaona naye mune chimusuri
ndimwana vheri naedward ya
iyoyo maslagani yekuti mwana wanhingi
mazowe futi handiri kunwa
sichazomwa tea malemon creams unomwa ndiwega malemon creams aya straight out of Zimbabwe lobels baba iwe nendiri kupidza macimbi endinawo asandagona kuabika saka ndikuarasa ndinawo chatopa musambadu matemba mufushwa zvese zvirimo maputi majigisi ndinawo zvangu ndinawo majigisi unonzi dewa noera iwe wakazoudza vanhu here kutoera shumba dewa muera shumba takaseka. But anyway ndenapinda wandimwa knowledge sa
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love munhu vanopinda vakanyarara zvavo hamudi kukwanisa muchipinda muchimhorosa vanhu ndozvinoita munhu ukasvika pane vanhu mumhorosoka nai
aiwa tinenge tichiremekedza ka vanhu vari kutaura hatingangozoti makadi imi muchiri muri mubishi rekutaura zvo
asi ndozvinoitwa disorder iri vanhu kuzimbabwe akangosvika anoda kutosvika nekumhorosa kuti
I acknowledge you and I want to respect. Inini zvangu ndiri kutonwa 5 roses changu pano.
Apinda nemwe mutoo.
5 roses chaiyo. Tihovu. Yeah, it's 3.
Anytime it's tea time.
No, it's tea time zve. It's tea time.
Nekupisa kokurukuita
Imi. Tea time it's 3 to 4. That's my tea time. It's been like that for years.
Whether it's 110 degrees or what you drink tea no.
Kuno it's only 75 degrees saka. Bo kuno.
Aiwa. 8 degrees on Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Yeah, because 75 degrees I'm born in.
Aiwa. No.
Dewa inangu ndangopa andichanyatsovanenga tsamba pawangu achitaura nezvayoka nandi ndiri busy kushare show but saka ndinanyatsoibata ndangotora hangu
tiangoerengera don't worry
but zvisinei ndingogumira ipapo ndombomwa mvura
My sister, thanks for the stars. Thanks guys for buying the stars. My sister, thanks for the stars. Tiffany, Karen, and Ray, how are you doing? Majima, how are you doing? Blessing Charity, Aranyat, how are you doing? Perechi Charity, didn't want somebody to have a blessing. Dagona, blessing Chinorse say, Raseo Sika Sokela, Mkomong Murus gonna say, Tandu, say, how are you doing? Is Emily in the EP? Heleno, what's up, Mandina? Pin the EP. Right, beach akanyuka long time no see, my dear. Fein nomhle kunjani enjiwe ndemchena Hawaii sweetheart Christina Chibanga zviri sei. Right. Dr. Love.
Hello.
Yeah, man, ndwereka mntu andiverenga.
Andayinzwa and then nditori nayo pamberi pangu ndiri kuenda sentence by sentence, word for word.
Ora ndiverenga ndichimomoresa vanhu.
Ndoiverenga futi neniwo. Okay.
Ndativerenga ni word by word kama ndichimbomoresa zvangu vanhu.
Okay, itai zvenyu.
Right, Chera fan, how are you doing? Elias Ngonyama, zviri sei, hakunotiripo. And for those who are just joining us, we have just started a few minutes ago. Our story, it's a young 24-year-old lady who is saying she only attracts older men. She doesn't know the reason why. And she went on to say that guys of her age, they'll end up putting her in the friend zone. No one to ask her out. The youngest guy she dated was 35 years old. And the majority of these men, it's either they are married or something else. So she's saying, is it a case or what? Or is it a fault? Is she doing something wrong that makes these older men fall for her? But somebody contacted me yesterday. It's not there because, we posted these stories before. I said, no, I'm quite in a kind of a similar situation with this lady. She's below 40, this lady as well. Said, 50s, and she found them more easy to engage with, and they understand them better. And she said she's more or less, or they are the same with this young lady. She doesn't even know what to do as well, because of her age, no, they can't click. So that's our story for tonight. And the Babs, Nabona the Babs have been Yeah. So that's our story for tonight. If you want to be part of the panelists, just follow the link which is pinned over there, or you can call Pakambudzi, then you can give you the chance to explain yourself. As well, for those who are sending stars, thanks guys for sending stars. They'll go a long way. And the Babs Mursei.
Right, what did you say?
Good. Long time no see.
Yeah. Then she move. I've now moved from. I'm no longer staying in Cardiff. Manchester.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Manchester. There are quite a number of people who did this or Manchester. The host club. The host club. Manchester, I couldn't hope. Manchester. Right, for those who doesn't know, there's a club called the Host Club where singles divorce widows.
Auntie Steve, how are you?
Chilipo werudu redu makadiko.
Awombe kudaro, awombe ndorume izvozvo vakadzi vanopeta so maoko acho anenge akapetwa
ndiri kuvarume most 95% kwangu kwarume 5% kwakadzi. Hamoni kana ndichiridza muridzo.
Aiwa muridzo
handifevhi vakadzi ndiri kuvarume.
Muridzi aona jenda handisivo.
Otherwise, okay.
Muridzi aona jenda. Mapanelist, how are you? Ndiani umwe panelist uyasikuoneka and our viewers. How are you? DDC family, how are you?
Ndiripo ndibabva murese.
Ndiripo.
Munoziva munhu akati chii?
Akati chii? Nice.
akanzi dewa munongozi vanhu vanokwachiona so kanzi Auntie Babs has changed a lot. She's now mellow and cool. I think she has found love.
She was feisty before, right?
Auntie Dewa, Auntie Babs. She's now cool and mellow. She doesn't advocate for women. She's now coming, speaks her mind, nice, you know, and straight to the point, nice and sweet. I think she's found love.
No, it's just that these days I'm so busy. And you know, Guti, and you know I run a radio station. I'm so busy. Iri kundonesa moto sha.
Radio station, but there's politics, come
if you want to do your thing, even this one, this DDC tinogona tokupa link nonzi chi ameno zvaonoita cross posting
munombotidedzawo usiri musi wedu iko tombotaurawo just in general kumbotaura because radio yangangoti dzirege chetika that's a radio station ichiridza English shona different programs
inoridza zvese Dewa. Even anti, it's just that Auntie Ndawana is not here. Auntie Ndawana takawapa slot Saturdays children's program. She does zvavanoda, vanopinda mustudio, vanoita zvinhu zvavo, and vanenge vari live radio station, vanenge vari live Facebook page yedu, vanenge vari live YouTube yedu, vanenge vari live Twitter space yedu. She's growing.
Manzwa ere nokupopota hanzi amana all credit to a man.
Hanzi
anditi pandatanzi vari munhu akandifona tanzi doubt Auntie Babs mazuva ano anyarara. I think she's found love handiti saka Ellen ari kuramba hanzi amana all credit to a man.
Ellen ari right. I don't know why people wachida kuti instead of credit iuye kwandiri iwo vari kuisa credit kumunhurume asi toripo murume wacho hatoripo nemupicture Dewa ari kuiswa iye ari kupiwa credit. It's just that I'm too busy Dewa, you know, I'm so busy because we are also trying to launch a TV DSTV, a TV station.
Is that the radio station name?
Change Radio.
Okay, Change Radio, okay. Okay. I know because it's also we are here to support each other. So Auntie Babs run a radio station on Change Radio. So please go support her. I think if you want to be one of the DJs, who does the music?
Zvekuti it's not my radio per se Dewa, ndidi kupa vanhu wrong information. It's a radio iri linked ne CCC because of because since we are going towards my elections we takatarisa kuti ZBC haikavi so we are trying to have coverage during my before, during and after my elections.
Auntie Babs, ndingakuvunza iwo.
Yes.
Why the heck are we hearing about this now?
What a good question.
That's why I was not here or half the time. Then to the busy. But vazhinji vanoiziva uncle. It's just that tinge tichishika kutaura kavantu vanhu vanenge vachiti politics. So tesingadokanganisa zvinhu zvevanhu.
Chokwadi, but politics or not, we all are affected by it. So I'm glad you are participating in that, and I would really love to hear more about it.
Yeah. Even Dewa, you can even, we are looking for tine slot gender issues. We are also looking for men's issues. Kana mchida kuzo broadcaster men issues. Feel free, just let me know. Talk by slot.
No problem. I think as per se, I think it's because of us, actually a little bit backwards when it comes to politics. zvekuti we fight tinorovana kuti wasupported this part wazodii. But the same people wacho ukaenda kuhospital, you don't even know that ukurapa ndewe party ipi. You know? Yeah, that's a fact.
Chokwadi.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I can come to Change Radio and do what I do. It doesn't mean that I'm affiliated today. I can go to ZBC and do what I do. It's just reaching out to people. So for me, I'm go and then as I'm go much with coming to support you. Same applies with the Mkoma Gwangu on a page on the Mkoma Gwangu. So guys, go there. Subscribe to Mkoma Gwangu, follow Mkoma Gwangu page, and listen to all his stuff he does. He's on Instagram, he's on Twitter, he's on Facebook. Change Radio, I think he should be on Facebook and Twitter, and all over the platforms. DDC, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those kind of stuffs. So it is what it is. Anyway, thanks, and Babs.
So maybe there was, since we've just started this, I just want to let the people that are listening, Kuti, we are going to launch an online store on Sunday, where people can buy the CCC regalia at Amazon.
Oh, awesome! I'm sure
That's good. That's good.
Yes, and I happen to chair the meeting, the team that is preparing this launch. So you can see I'm very busy. Kushaika kudai nenchitonzwa mwoyo kuda kuya ku DDC, but my meetings then ano clash, and izvo ndikutopedza meeting izvo ndikati rega ndipinde kuna Dewa.
That's good, and Babs. Major Chitembo, thanks for watching. Spongile Kuma, thanks for watching. Konima Chona, thanks for watching. Indru Jamadora. Right, let me just recap this one quickly. Dr. Love. For those who are just joining us, our topic tonight is I only attract older men. Dear Elder DDC Magadi, and thanks for this wonderful platform. Elder, please keep me anonymous. I'm a lady, age 24, and the reason that brought me here, Elder, is that boys of my age don't propose to me at all. Elder, to be honest, the youngest person I would say I've ever dated was 35 years old. And I feel like there's a big difference between our ages. Elder, why is it that I only attract older men and the majority of them are married? And what causes it? Elder, can it be me who attracts them? Because sometimes I feel like it's a curse, and this makes me feel very emotional and upset. Elder, I want help. If there's anyone out there who had experienced what I'm going through for attracting older men, yet and they don't ask me, but on this some friend zone. Please, I need help. Thanks, Elder. Dr. Love.
Je say. Tochipinda ireti patsira nyaya yacho nayo iyi. Yeah, pamsoro iyi mapanelist. Zvandanga ndoti pamsoro iyi vabereki. Neniwozve. This is the situation yandinoda kubata in at least 3 realms. The first realm meaning your thoughts, mafungiro emunhu, my perceptions emunhu. Second realm dear kut the elephant in the room is vakomana vesize we age rezera rako. And the third one, the pressures that are coming out. You are 24, and I can sense that there is pressure, societal pressure or internal pressure ya uri kuzvipa kuti upropose. When I don't know if you mean propose for marriage, kind of propose to be courted or to be in ngirikini dated with. But I'll assume kuti propose proposition yacho ya muri kuda ndiye kuti murorwe. I'll start with the first one. It's the perception yenyu ya matanga nayo ikai. That's where I think we need to popa nyaya dzose ipapa. First of all, you think kuti you are under a curse. Makambonzo inonzi self-fulfilling prophecy here. And that's It is when it's a phenomenon or there's some type of situation that happens where you are actually saying and internalizing it into your head, your mind space, inenge something. Chekuti or something like this will happen. But it occupies your space so much so that your actions and your abilities to do anything will be conformed to that specific in that specific direction. How do I say it in simple terms? Ndinonga ndichidari chaunotya ichocho asi uchipedza nguva yako uchichityira pakufunga ndicho chichaitika, more so than what you really want and you are not thinking about. You know how powerful the mind is, and this is how powerful it is, and it's been scientifically proven that when you put your mind to something, it will happen and can happen. When there is consistency and when there is ninkirikini anonzi ma habit forming processes aunenga woita, maybe, and this is a big maybe, you have made it a habit because you've already been thinking kuti where you only attract married men and older people, that your demeanor in their presence makes it easier for them to approach you than vakomana vezera rako. How do I know? What do I mean by this? Pamwe. The demeanor, you have got this ability I am open for business. Your demeanor, maitiro enyu. For some, vane vudzi hombe vanenge vachingoti vudzi ravo kusaidi uko, kune vamwe vanenge vachiti maziso anenge achitsukirira ita mahombe kudai, so muromo ichinyemwerera kudai. Mukomana kana murume anobvaziva kuti apa kapa ndinenge ndine chance. Murume wana chivindi chekuita sei chekukuapproach. So maybe that demeanor yaunayo iyoyo, whatever subtle demeanor that you have, encourage varume vakuru kuti vaite easy and ease into you. You might not have it kune vakomana vezera rako, and you might have that demeanor kuti this one here you will be the same as the other one, vakandisa mufriend zone. Saka unengoona kuti face yako nobve yaita zvekutsamwa kuya usingazvizive, inenge yakatofinama kudai so, and haitaridze kuti unoapproacheka, haitaridze kuti uri open to it. Vakomana wozoti apa kapa ndakaningirikina ndakaapproacha kau, nyangwe ndichimufarira kudi handinonyara kana kuti ndinotya kuzonzi talk to the hand. Mazuva aya zvekunzi talk to the hand, or pretty much being rejected. And rejection is very painful. No one wants to be rejected. Pasi pano hapana munhu anoda kurejectwa. So that is a factor that might actually impede vakomana vezera rako kuti vaite sei vasvike vachikuapproacha in that manner. Okay, takadzikisa pasi chaipo takati tizive kuti why that is happening. There might be factors that you are doing yourself. Matauriro ako kana waapproachwa nemufana wezera rako. What is it? What's the kind of conversation you are having with them? How are you presenting your case of who you are and what you want and how you would perceive your relationship, if there is one to be started nemunhu wako? Kune vanhu vakuruka munongoziva kuti madhara or people that are older, they are persistent too, because vanenge vava nechiwindo wakangomuti hai wakanyemwerera kudai so zvekuzoti no izvi kaizvi dzimwe nguva zvinobva zvangoignowa nekuti chii wanga wamutaridza kuti you are interested in some way or in some fashion. Saka nyaya dzacho ndedzokuti kune vazivezera rakuma 24s aya kaya vachirivo vakanyorova, they are still wet behind the ears. and I don't believe kuti maturity yawo inozovapawo rukasha kana kuti that's chivindi ichocho chekuti I will persist through. That might be a big problem for you. So how do you correct that? Nekuti, if that's the case, how do we correct that? First of all, chimbogara pasi iwewe wozvibvunza woga kuti what do I do in the presence of mavafana? Ndinozvipa sei? How do I present myself? Munongoziva pane dzimwe nguva kadziedzedza kuti ndakatombokasamara vanhu vachiti George unodada. Ndakati George unodada? George anodada pachii? Zvandiri munhu akazviminipisa. Vakati no George, pane dzimwe nguva paunotauraka unobva wataura chimwe chirungu so chisingaite chekutoti munhu anototsvaga dictionary. Oite sei? Otsvaga kuti zwi rawataura iro riri nderipi. I remember somebody telling me this mukoma Dewa vakanditaurirawo about 4 weeks ago. Since then, I have tried to kutaura nechishona nokuti ndicho chandinonzwisisa kuti handikwanisa kutaura bombastic words. Ndinenge ndongotaurawo zvandinonzwisisa, and I hope it will be simple, because ndakanzwa kuti it might actually it might deflect or it might cause issues pane vanhu vandinenge chiedzawo kubatsira, and they get put off because of the words, my communication haya. So maybe weweka hausi kuzviona, you are not self-aware of it, but pane zvimwe zvaunotaurawo so zvekutoti mufana kana kazvinzwa ka anobva ati apa pakapa ndinotana dzesize dzandinosvikira, I mean to say. And that point, you won't be in the friend zone, aiwa. Unenge watoataridza kuti no, they cannot afford you. And at which point, and truly, it's a true fact kuti mazuvano is depending on which hemisphere you are in. Southern Africa, kana kuti ku South or North Pole. Either you are in Zimbabwe, South Africa, or somewhere in Africa versus somewhere outside kunyika dzinotonho, right? If you are in Zimbabwe or somewhere in Southern Africa, let me tell you one thing that people are not really considering. Vakomana varume vamazuvano, vakomana vamazuvano iyo ma-G nengakini G20 yayai, ma-G30. Havaite vanonyima, havana hanya nesu. No. Vakawanda ka, let me tell you the truth. Moyo yavo inenge chida kukupai, asi pane zvinenge zvichiitika. Zvamunofanirwa imi kuzviziva futi nekuti mutori in that situation. Yekuti most people in their 30s, in their 20s, even in their 40s, they cannot afford to kuzvichengeta the same way vabereki vedu vakazvigona. And it's because of our situations economically and situational wise. So if you are going to work with your person, don't put your 20-something, 30-something, 40-something year old pressure yekuti chindichengeta inini woita zvandinoda ini as mobetserana. I don't know if that is clear, because at the end of the day, with what if statistics shows us, and it's true, kuti there is above 80% unemployment, and of those that are employed, it's informal sectors, quite formal sectors, informal sectors. Vanoenda kunongwavha vachiita mabusiness madhiri avo. Pamwe 1 month vanenge vane mari, another month or 2 or 3 or 4 vanenge vasina. Mentality yekugara, yekuzorora pakadaroka, munhu anenge achifunga kuti ndini baba vemusha, ndinenge ndichifanirwa ndiri panyanga ka. inobva yaenda uko because ndichiri kutsvaga that stability. Saka hatinyime. Aiwa, vakawanda hatidi kunyima. Tinenge tichitoshuvirawo kuti kana ndaiwana iyoyo, nyangwe ndaiwana, I might actually stay hungry. Ndichiitira umwe wangu kuti awanewo. I believe that's almost 50% of varume in that age zone. But they won't be permitted to do it. Nekuti the situation is hard. Mozoti the older men, ma G40 aya akawanawo ma opportunities nema G50, 60 koko. Ndo vanochengeta. Guess what? It's because they were ndo ma generation aya akaitei akakura nyika ichiri yakanaka, or those that have opportunities to actually to have expanded and gotten experience mune zvavakaita, mari vanadzo ndedzekudhara idzi. Zvavakutoshanda nhasika ndezvekudhara, vakatozvichengetedza kubva kudhara. So they have the opportunity easy to take care of my 20-year-olds, my 18-year-olds. Ndizvo zvazviri. Until we realize that situation and we try and help each other to correct this situation, tichagara tichiona ma 20-year-olds, ma 30-year-olds achipimbwa nemadhara because they have the money. Uko vafana vachimkwavaya, but not getting the opportunity because they don't have the money. I love just one quote yemusikana wandakamboona paningi muZimbabwe futi, akati, inini ndinoda murume wangu nyangwe achishaya, ndomuda papfungwa dzake, nekuti papfungwa dzake imomumo ndimo mune upfumi hwedu. Ndichakubatsira kuti uite ubuditse zvaunazvo mupfungwa dzako, uzviwane mumaoko ako. A woman that has that wisdom is 1 in a million in this world. Asi kumaZimbabweans uko kako, vakadzi vekwedu uko kako, I would say, given that population and Ninkini, tichita ma sample or population sample, I think tunokupai 2 in a million high, because they are there. I know that. We don't have the patience. So uyu kauya ne 24 kuti ari kuattractwa nevanhu vari kuma 30, 40, 50 koko. It's because you are being attracted by the money and the offerings zvavanokwanisa kukupa iwe, and kupinyamira vanhu vasina mari. That's all I can say. Anondipikisa ndandipikisa hake, asi ndizvo zvandiri kuona.
Before you go, right? Somebody, Millie said here, let me see where's Millie. Millie asked a simple question, which Anna Millie, sometimes is Ddc's issue never addressed? What are Ddc's issues?
Ndakamboitaura the last show. Ddc issue yacho ndeyekuti munoziva, there is that inonzi in psychology they have a certain term for it, and I do not recall, but my Ddc issues are this: when a girl, in the absence of their father, because it is well known kuti the first love yemwanaskana is their daddy, is their father. Kana baba vangu asipo, mwanaskana anoshuwiro rekuitei, yekuti awane baba, rekuti vakagara vasipo. There is that void muhana make, and that void ndio inozomutuma kuenda kune vanhu vakakura achitsvaga baba vake ipapo. And most of the time it actually ends up being a disadvantage kwaari, nekuti anokwanisa kuitei kupinzwa mubishi, and it doesn't work out well for most people. Ndipo pamunonge mbozonzwa vava kuti they are more emotionally detached, nekuti vakuruzwa nevanhu vakuru vanenge vana nemhuri dzavo vakuru vasisina hanya nerudo. But she is trying to figure out kuti baba vangu vanga vakaita sei, how can I find my father's love? And they find it in the wrong places kune vanhu vakuru ivava. Because what they are looking for is a father who would have said, Mwanangu, Mwanaskana, I love you. You are full. You are complete the way you are. I'm going to hug you. I'm going to spend my time with you. And I will be your first date so that I will show you how a man should treat you. Pakadaroka, Mwanaskana anokura achiziva kuti no, if somebody bullshits, I walk away because my father told me kuti I don't need this isn't a necessary treatment. I don't need to be treated like this. A good man will treat me this way. That's the example of a father figure in a girl's life. Maona. Saka the issues are very complicated. Zinenge dzotoda kutogarirwa pasi kuti dzidzikanwe kunzi apakapa. You have to uproot yourself. You have to love yourself. Learn to love yourself. Kana baba wako asisipoka, get somebody, a father figure wauno trusta, waunoenda kunopirawo nyaya dzako, asingazokuita take advantage of. Especially a person wemumhuri anasekuru vauno trusta iwe kana kuti vanotrustwa namai vako, and then you go and you experience that affection between a man and a woman at a platonic level. You have at least an idea of what respect, love, and being treated as a woman is. I think that's what's lacking in many cases, especially in broken houses.
So we have explained and elaborated very well. So we as parents, right, do we understand or know after effects when people get separated, people get divorced, or those who will say you don't have the right to see your daughter? Do they even know which in the long run, when this daughter becomes a woman, might go through this phase of having the debt issue for it to be filled?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Not that I'm saying putting this also exact as it is. I clever I think social whatever. But I think it's not dependent on the family. It's a family to family issue, because some people agree to divorce, they agree to separate, and then in so doing they prepare their kids before they even do that. But they agree but what, let's prepare our kids. No, you know what? Mommy is going and this guy cannot date is going. But how do you feel? And then if they're open to ask, they even sometimes ask, Mama, why is Daddy always beating you? Why is my mom not gonna shout at Baba? It's depending, it's a muri. Some people are open, to discussion like those things, which I'm not going to tell. So Caesar from the get-go, I'm not going to this kind of relationship is a bad relationship. Can I just the girl will also look, she's as a divider. No, I don't want a man that has this kind of trait. True, sure. We look because that's the first love that we got. That's the first love. Explorer. That's our first love in the house. Saka ini ndanga ndakutoemva, I envy that. Didi vangu vanodanda mai vangu zvisingaiti. Ona. Saka ini ndatotsvaga kuti ndichatsvaga murume akaita sababa vangu anodawo mai anondida zvisingaiti. Saka pane tima advantage netima disadvantages kana if people parents edu akadecide kuva mabed role models kwatiri. So it depends from family to family. Some people really are there for their kids, whether they are divorcing or not, cannot even death chaiyo kana kurwara chaiyo nangonotaura fanga nguva dzeedzi because my parents vakafaka vana baba vaifa vachisana mai vana mai vaifa vachifana baba. Saka some people were explained to kuti usaone mama vadai so hatina nguva navo. You see, the love and then the questions. If you have something to ask before so that you know. Iye munhu yaanogona kutaura kuti ini pakafa mai vangu ndakazodai ndai, pakadivorsawo mai vangu ndakazodai ndai. But now they prepared themselves kana vakapreparewa. So it depends. My answer is it depends with family to family in how these people are separating. So do they prepare their kids or vari kungomhanyisana nematemo mumba? It's traumatizing.
Hi, Dewa, can I answer that question? Hi, guys.
Yes, ma'am. How are you? You can.
She's married munhu eipiko makadi
Pana Muripo.
sharp.
Can you know when you asked it, Dewa, can you say the question again? I want you to say that question again because I want you to hear yourself when you're saying it.
Okay, Milianyora about date issues.
No, I heard that. But
Okay.
how do what feel about what? What are
Dr. Love. They got Dr. Love.
After that, you said, how do women feel?
How do women feel?
Or how do mothers feel when they refuse their children?
Okay, and they got so for instance, for those mothers, vanorambidza vana baba kuona vana vavo. Some, I didn't say all, that for those vanoti haufa kuona mwana wako. Then kana mwana akuzodai so pachinzi pane ma-dead issues. Vanozofila how if they are to realize no, mwana wangu is going through this because akaleka the dead figure in her life.
Okay, and I wanted you to say that because therein lies the problem with your statement, because that question should never be posed kunana maichet. Because ambudziko rekuti mwana ane ma-absent daddy issues is a burden for both parents. Saka if you sit back and think kuti vana mai vanozofila sei, ko imi vana baba munozofila sei for never fighting for your position to be a father so that your child does not have absent daddy issues. The moment that question is posed pavakadzi tatokanganisa, because kuti mwana aite an absent daddy issue, paita an absent daddy. Why is there an absent daddy? Please don't say it's because the mother refused. Come on. Ndimi varuda kulida nyika yedu. Ndimuda kutitonga mudzimba. Yet munomira in places muchiti ndakarambidzwa kuona mwana wangu. Come on, you're the guys who want to run the nation for us. Imboratidzei kuti where my daughter is concerned, I'm willing to go all the way so that she's never in a position to have daddy issues. But most men tend to fold their hands and very comfortably. A lot of men misa madundundura kachiti ndakarambidzwa kuona vanhu nani nefuti majesu. There's a system, a whole system out there that will facilitate you if you truly want to be present in your child's life. Follow that system. I want to be lead the house. I want to be head of the house. I want to be respected. I want to lead the country. Yet when it matters the most men are so comfortable to say, where it matters the most, you guys fold your hands. Saka, therein lies a problem. If there's a baby daddy absent, daddy issues with my daughters, because there's an absent daddy, make yourselves present. Make yourselves present so your daughters don't suffer like that.
Can I answer you that one?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, you see, the reason why
it's a joint problem.
Okay.
It's a joint problem. It's not a mother problem. That's my point.
Okay, I hear you. But why do I need to go that extra mile to go to the courts to fight with the law. We should say that's my daughter. Why? This is the reason why.
It is
Ayo,
your child.
Wait, Mary. You said it. I'm answering you as a man. And the reason why most men fold their hands is the reason why I'm gonna tell you so much that as a woman you'll understand why men they will say, okay, I don't care, I have to withdraw, draw back. Why do I need to put an extra mile of using the law to go up and down to fight for my daughter? Who is my daughter? Because iwewe uda kusenza esamutemo ukuthi because munom the law says you don't want to use your common sense. Okay, this daughter mwana needs her father. Why can't you say, okay, come pick your daughter, do this with your daughter, period? Then for me, that I'm better court to somebody. So that's why most men are falling their hands. I'm telling you this. Wait, you answer me. They will tell you, when those now, that I'm not bothered. My daughter will turn 15 years. They will turn 13 years. They will be telling you, no, mom, I want to go and see my dad. Uno manipulator mana, actually mudiki, actually press ochkoro, achita say. The moment they start to speak for themselves, I'm telling you, they'll tell you, no, I'm going to my father's. So that's why most men fold their hands, not because they don't love their daughters, but in Mimi, the mothers, you are making it hard on men to make them sweat, to make them go to the courts, to make them do this. Why? So they end up saying, okay, you know best, do it.
No, you know what, Dewa? Why men have to fight, why you go to court is not because you are fighting the woman. You are fighting for your child.
No.
Mirandipedze, because I allowed you to land. Murume anotogona kutoita effort, strategy yekurana a small house, kutomanyisa 2 houses, ne strategy, ne mind game, ne effort, ne budget. Zvinoratidza kuti munhu uyu akashandisa kunyatsoita gandanga, business plan, strategy, a lot of effort and a lot of thinking. Kutoviga mota mbutu anditi. But when it comes to your child, you married, you dated a woman, right? Who is a human, who in all intents and purpose can make some very, very stupid decisions, just like you can. But ultimately, when you look at that situation, do not look at the woman and say, why can't you use a common sense? Because I'll come and say to you, why did you cheat? Why didn't you use common sense? So if we put common sense aside and focus on the child, you will find kuti iwawo chatisho, for the sake of my child. Unozwa kune vakadzi vanonogara outside pamabasa evarume vakamirira payday kuti feed their children. For the sake of the children, they will do stupidity. Saka ipatiri kuti why should I? It's because you are not prepared to look stupid, to go the extra mile for your child. You are focusing on the woman. If you focus on the eye on the prize, you will find Kuti at the end of the day, and I can't fix this woman. She's stubborn, she's thick, she doesn't understand the implications of her actions on our child. However, I will refocus my energy on making sure my child gets a good upbringing. But most of you will focus on mukadzi, and most women will focus on the man and not the child. It works both ways. So it becomes a battle between 2 parents and the focus loses. Once you both focus on the child, you will find kuti apana basa na because without common sense, without someone common sense, wauka cheater on, wauka itira girlfriend, wauka urira, why can't you use common sense? Iwewe waka mitra something. Saka already that relationship is already scarred for you to start teaching them values. Do you understand kuti ma values no principles are not diskwane muna nenga akakutadzira anonetsa ugamchira. But your focus should be on mwana, both parents. This is to both parents. Kuti pale nema ups and dead issues, it applies to both parents. It should never be the moment you're saying kuti it's because the mother wouldn't let me see the child, it's because you're still focusing on the mother. If your eye on the prize is the child, you redirect your energy the right way. You won't even mention her. I just want to see my child. And when we go for walks, I teach them how to ride a bike. I teach them homework. I hear about their day. I give them Father's Day. I give them what I can. You will find kuti mwana wako will be so content with what they get. But most of the time, people are fighting each other and forgetting the prize that's in the middle.
But
why should I go to court? Because the same reason a woman goes to court to ask for money for bread to feed their child through maintenance systems. Why should she go to church court? Because common sense. But
there should be a boundary between the two, and then hence
there should be a boundary. There should be a boundary between a husband and wife. They should not cheat on each other.
Okay,
they should not steal from each other. But they should not beat each other up. Let's not ask for perfection out of an imperfect world. You should not do this. You should not cheat. You should not have this. You should not have. Otherwise, the world would be HIV free. The world would be. Everybody would never cheat on anybody.
It wouldn't be fun.
We can't go and say, you should know boundaries. You should understand. You should know. Cannot parents evening get worrying, but they should know. You should know, you should do better, you should have common sense. Because common sense don't set up a small house and have an affair. Common sense will tell you that's wrong. But now common sense but no, you can't apply. Morally together because ultimately that's what matters. So the absent issues exist because of an absent father. And the absent father can be created by the father's lack of interest and desire, and also can be created by the mother's stubbornness and not willingness. But if those two parties decide kuti mwana wedu achakura asingateveri nandos, sure mwana wako anonyengerwa kukwirirwa nandos nekugara mota, how does that make you sit both sides?
You know what, man? I like the fact that you're going through both Varume and Mukadzi on this issue.
That's why I said to Nadewa, you mentioned Mukadzi. Therein lies the problem. The child is missing a father, and you still want to blame the mother. It's a two-way process. It is absolutely a two-way process. I know a lot of male people who say, for what? Then you want to think Come on, hey. That's the same man who's going to tell you want to lead the country into victory. You can't even manage to hold a 16-year-old or a 14-year-old child. Then you want to lead a country. Head of the house, leaders of the country. Go by example, not when it matters in the crunch, common sense. No, come on. I'm off topic, sorry.
No. But okay. So are we to say, okay, you have to say, because
no, we're not to say that. We are just saying it's an imperfect world, whether there's cheating or there's whatever. It is just an example, or there's a bitter X. What we're saying is, when it matters, let's focus on Vana. Because now if we start saying, are we to say Varume, absent father name, if we are to list the reasons why how does it change on the matter and absent daddy?
No, because
so what if we establish the root cause of why the relationship broke down?
Okay, this is what I want to
tell me what value that adds to the absent daddy. Tell me the value.
Okay. I'm going to tell you the value. Because it appears as if perpetrated divorce is the man's problem. It's the man who caused the divorce. Few women will put their hands up and say, I contributed to this divorce. Every time when a family breaks down, the problem is the male.
Right.
Now we've got an issue where Dr. Love Millie said, maybe it's dead issue challenge, right? Then why Varume is of old but yes, there are laws, there are codes, there's this thing you need to follow. The reason being, they would say, Manot issue, why do I need to fight for my daughter? Yet is on the Babachu. Right. I do understand, Kuti, when people divorce not amicably. then they tend to use the kids as bait. Not all fathers out there, they don't want to see their children, but vanovharwa kunze. Small house, like what you've mentioned, unoita gorilla yekuti unoziva kuti mwana small house aenda wadai so. One will do that. Why? Is because ari kuona the value that he is getting from the small house. Ari kuona what the small house is doing to him. Iwewe owasara alright warambo ndonde asikona mwana wangu waita boyfriend. Why can't that mean be the same? Because uchada small house for someone. Why is it? Mira, wait. Why is it most women wanda kutanzi akazondisiya akaza small house as if they are not dating? I've seen these people who write here, but they date. Why can't you make your boyfriend, Mira? Wait, why can't you make your boyfriend do the same way I'm doing to the small house? Because already you've got a boyfriend, though. You need a boyfriend in a small house. So I can make that man to run around with my children the same way I'm running around with another man's children of my small house. Chitaura.
Well, I'm disappointed that the topic is. I'm a bit disappointed that the topic is gone back to adults again, when we are trying to look at a way forward in co-parenting. I could decide how they broke up. Quite frankly, I actually don't care how people break up. I just care how they co-parent effectively moving forward, so we don't have a society where we have young girls chasing after fathers. And we're now looking forward. Who cheated on who has a small house? Who cares? We have children who are now looking for father figures. How do we fix that? So we don't have young girls like this coming with daddy absent issues. I quite frankly don't care. My kids don't even know why I split up with my ex. And I don't care that they need to know that. And I don't care who knows and who doesn't know. But quite frankly, it doesn't care. Hey, are we saying men who cheated, men who did what? It doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, we need to kind of move it past. People will break up. It's life. People will break up, whether it's but how do we address the issue of young women now having absent daddy issues? We start looking at saying, man, be proactive. Where you are not allowed. And I say, based on my experience, I know a lot of guys who have folded their hands and said, and I'm challenging those guys, Kuti, go give a damn. Give a damn for your child. Don't worry about her. Give a damn for your child and take it further so that you are present, even if it means it's once a month or twice a month. Just don't focus on the woman who's being bitter. Focus on what you can do to help your child. So we're not having these kind of stories. Quite frankly, I actually don't care. I actually don't care. I'm just saying, how do we move this forward? Because that's where we're at. We've got a girl who's looking for she may be potentially absent daddy issue. So how do we move society forward past that? But we're not. We keep going back. Who cares? No, I gave it as an example. And you attached on that. So would you rather I say
No.
That's where it's coming
the
from.
problem is. Hold on. What example you have? Okay, elaborate example. So let me as well elaborate my analysis of example, because and this is where now we will find most men folding their hands, because now I'm hanging on this. So if George wanted to talk about it, because I feel like because they were hanging on that. That's why most men now we tend to say, okay, go ahead too.
Okay, then
that's the reason,
we can't.
No, that's the reason.
It's a discussion. How do we continue?
No, because the reason if you want to express ourselves, you find a fault in that expression. You are now hanging on to this. So another man, even if they wanted to say something, they're not going to say, because okay, if I'm going to say this is what they're going to say. So most men, because of that, now this is why all the guys that you're encountering, they're telling you. I'm
advising those men vanosangana nevakadzi vakaita seni vasingakurambidzi vasingakubvumiri kutaura. go through the courts for the sake of your child.
Why?
I'm advising.
Why?
And I'm it is so bad. Also fold your hands. For the sake of your child, kana masanga ane vakadzi vakaita sesu vasingatauriki navo, chiendai kuma-courts for the sake of your child, so your child doesn't have, because at the end of the day, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't, right? So I'm saying kana mosanga ane vakadzi vanokudzvinyirira sesu, imimi moti aiwa mofoda my hands. Instead of folding your hands, just go to a court for the sake of your child, so that your child doesn't have daddy absent issues. Isu vane mashave akati gara ekutaura asina what do you call it? Asina hunu, whatever it is that you guys all aspire for. Asina, whatever. Then mongotisiya takadaro chipengereka tega handiti murodhu muchimpopota imoenda through the nice civilized way that you are and get access to your daughters and spend a day or two with them muchinyatsova molder the best you can so they don't have daddy absent issues. That's all.
Ndingavunzewo.
Yeah, sure.
Do we have issues with the communication here? Kanaguti, when women fight for their kids, they are fighting with they are wholeheartedly fighting for their kids, auntie.
Uh-huh.
And then varume kana vorwa kuda the expression and the impressions dzatinenge tinadzo nzekuti aiwa takushushwa hedu.
Uh-huh.
But we are fighting. Zvinozoperera papi kuti vanhu vabvumirana kuti izvi ndizvo zvatiri kuda izvi tiri vaviri tiri mhuri. We are broken ini newe, but that shouldn't be the problem yevana, especially the girl child. Because
exactly.
let me just say this, and it's not been said too often. Kuti when there is disaster mumba, the last person I know anotombofungwa nezvake mwanasikana, but mwanasikana ndiye, that's the person, the same pivotal person that is the foundation here muri, the next generation mutana. But she's the last person I know anotombofungwa nezvake kubva chinyakara chedu. Musikana ainzi chii achava mutorwa. Saka there is not a lot of inputs to her. Vainzi endai kusvika grade 7 nokuti pamucharoorwa ndiko kwamuchazodya zvana mai nhingi ikoko. And that, am I wrong or right pakudaro? Back in the day, vasikana vainzi vasaende past grade 7 chaiyo. In some areas kumamisha kuya, because they were going to be married. Handy.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true, auntie.
Uh-huh.
In the modern world now, vaskana, they are having daddy issues as we speak right now. And they will be the last people to actually be given the anons mayaya, the attention that they need. Mwana komana chete achangopiwa that attention. Nekuti mwana komana, because that man, that young boy is going to carry dzinzaredu. That's the attitude. Isn't that true?
It's true.
Okay. Now, kana tichizwisisa nyaya idzodzo kuti uko mwanasikana is actually disadvantaged. Muri yapatsanuka. And there is now conflict. And the last thing that a girl needs, kushushwa, and to be neglected, one. And then daddy, baba vavo, avachina hanya ni mwanasikana. What kuti havasi kuda mwanasikana wavo, but maybe it's because vari kurambidzwa kana kuti havachina hanya nechokwadi chekuti they will only look after vanakomana nekuti their interest and their future is in Zitarao, is in the guy's name, the small boy's name. Yeah. Ndiye anobva apiwa zvose akubatwa zvakadii handi. So my question is this, Mary, how is it beneficial or benefit? What's the benefit of mukadzi anoziva kuti mwanasikana is at a disadvantage double, if not triple, the disadvantage yemwanakomana during a marriage? Why would we then try and even fight against the husband, ex-husband, that relationship with their daughter? Wouldn't we be the ones nekuti tiri vakadzi tinofanirwa kutofighta on our girls' behalf kuti baba garai muri muhupenyu hwemwanasikana, nokuti it's important for me as a woman and it's important for my daughter as a future wife or as a future woman. Ane foundation iyoyi yatiri kuda kunonzi kuita sei kuvaka. Wouldn't that be a simple logical thing, or maybe it's a simple emotional thing for a mom to fight for, especially for their daughter?
No, it's logic, but then like I said, it's not as straightforward. People are just so caught up in their own world that they forget the reality of the situation. I mean, it's common sense would say a child needs both parents. Right. But unfortunately, common sense is very rare in society. It's not I don't even know why they call it common sense, because it's not common. People don't just do the obvious. People are led by emotions a lot of the times. So they make decisions based on see how you cope on your own. Like, it's just okay. So I'll give you my example. I'm on the flip side. I'm the one who pushes my kids to their father a lot. And I've probably spent a lot of money getting them to visit their father, and actually recently sent my son to go and live with his father, because I'm quite aware that I cannot be a man in his life and he needs a man in his life. I pushed for that arrangement, and I'm constantly pushing even my daughter. When do you want to go and see your dad so I can buy you a ticket? When do you want to go and see your dad? Now that's me on the flip side, because common sense tells me a child needs both parents. Now, the first thing my ex-husband did when we split up was he decided to relocate across the oceans. So relocate right across. And he said to me, "Did you get UK? Munei." You get what I'm saying? Munei, yet he had 2 kids. The Ghanaian will not pursue my career. Common sense, did I need to say to him, "What about your kids?" And I did. I said, "What about your kids?" And how did he respond? "What if I had died? Just carry on, Eleanor, as though I were dead. Make a plan." Right? So he moved. Despite all that, I still made it my business for the last 11 years, when I can, to put those kids on an aeroplane and send them to visit their father. When I can, they will go. On me. And I but not put it on his request. Made it my business throughout the last 11 years. If I had a school report or anything pertaining to the kids, and bear in mind, I don't get a response, I don't get an acknowledgement for any reports or feedback, but I made it my business. When there was interesting occasions, I'd take a picture and send. So I'm on the flip side. But either way, it doesn't matter, because common sense would tell me that these kids will need their father. They want to know their father. And I never speak ill of their father. I never spoke ill of their father, and they know that. I constantly tell them, "Oh, you look like your dad. Yeah, man, you smile like your dad. You've got his mannerisms." So I never speak ill of him. Common sense would say on the flip side, he would give me that. But it doesn't work like that. We don't live in a perfect world where I would give him 100% commitment to co-parenting and he would give me. Sometimes someone will give you 0% and the other will give you 100. Or you just meet two stubborn adults who give each other 0-0 or don't care, and the children are the ones who ultimately suffer. I'm not saying I've got it sussed out, but I'm just saying it's just such an imperfect world. But when we get to a scenario like this, let's just find tips and ideas to prevent situations like this arising. And let's not focus on ourselves, but focus on the children we're producing. That's what I was trying to say, Banda Tauris, I think, and it wasn't even my slot.
Anyway,
it's just a matter very close to my heart today. Anything around divorce and children and co-parenting is really close to my heart. So I get really passionate about it. So I do apologize for interjecting.
No, 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 no. What you've done or what you've said is storyboard, because those are the tips, and those are the things which leads for this girl to have an absent father. So if you don't come in and say and talk about it, we're not gonna get anywhere, because we can't try to focus on something without finding the root cause of those things. So that's the purpose of this discussion. Let me recap this one. I just want to say thanks to Sibongile for the stars, thanks to my day Sheila for the stars, and thanks to you Ismail Brooklyn for the stars. Right. For those who are just joining us, let me just recap this story and try and help this young lady. Right. Our topic tonight says, I only attract older men. Excuse. Dear Dewa, dear Elder and DDC, Magadi Henyu, and thanks for this wonderful platform. Elder, please keep me anonymous. I'm a young lady, age 24, and the reason that brought me here, Elder, is that boys of my age don't propose to me at all. Elder, to be honest, the youngest person I will say I've dated was 35 years old, and I felt like there is a big difference between our ages. Elder, why is it that I only attract older men and the majority of them are married, and what causes it? Elder, can it be me who attracts them? Because sometimes I feel like it's a curse, and this makes me feel very emotional and upset. Elder, I want help. If there's anyone out there who had experienced what I'm going through for attracting older men, yet vezera rangu variko and they don't ask me out, vanondiisa mufriend zone. Thanks, Elder. Thanks for the help. So that's our story for tonight. We've got a young lady, 24, who is in this dilemma, and Mary has explained, Dr. Love explained, Ddc has explained. So this is where we are now. So Millie asked the question, is it not because of the absent fathers? So Millie was trying to elaborate about absent fathers, and Dr. Love and myself. So we're trying to find the reason why it happens like this. So if you have got an idea, or if you know how we can help this young lady, or if there's anything that can be done, please bring it on. Let's share. Because somebody called me yesterday. I'm in the same situation. This young lady, she's closing to 30 Chakutiko, who said, no, I also attract older men, and the most men that I went out with, Varuma 50. Why? So that's because my thinking and their thinking, it's not get. We don't click. They don't understand me. I don't even understand them. So I feel very comfortable with older men, and the older men themselves feel very comfortable when they're with me. So I don't know. So she said she was going to call. Maybe she will call. I don't know. That's a different person from the one who wrote the letter. So now, Andy Babs, hold on. What is up?
Boss, what do you say?
Oh, my dear.
Popo.
Okay, cool. Andy Babs, what do you say?
Really right, Komade. I was enjoying the discussion that was the dimension which you guys ndichaziti ndianaireza kuye absent fathers yazotsanangurwa na Elinor na Dr. Love. You know, I was enjoying, and I think it could be true. And when I was listening, I just thought, wow, I think why would someone be attracted to older men, whether it's older men? I don't know whether it also happens with boy children. I'm now interested. I have keen interest to know. But does this also happen to boy children? Vanenge vakakura vasina wana mai, because they are there.
Mm-hmm.
These are children that were raised by fathers without their mothers. Has this also happened to boys? Yeah, but in England, I just want to say to this young lady, is it not because of material things that she is attracted to older men? Ari sei pakuda zvino apa. And munhu anofarira mapresence, reseeing to it that most boys or most young men they are not, depending on where she is. Let's say maybe she's in Zimbabwe. Most young men of her age are not working. Mamwe wacho vakadzidza stereki vane madegrees vane chii, but they are not working. So could this be the problem why she is attracted to older men? Let's say kuti kana anga akamboenda kuuni, how was her lifestyle at uni? Did she get support from her own parents, or she got support from sugar daddies? All these questions, if they may be answered dewa kuti munhu uyu ari kutaura uyu akamboenda through situations whereby she had to be supported by sugar daddies because the parents could not meet her needs, or she wanted more than what she could get from her parents, or maybe peer pressure made her think older men are better than young boys. All these questions, I think they also need to be answered. And also, does it mean kuti my young boys acho haasi kumunyenga here?
Vanomisa mu-friend zone. Vanomisa mu-friend zone.
Vanomisa mu-friend zone kana kuti iye ndiye anowaisa mu-friend zone?
I don't know. That's what she said. Maybe you're right.
Hey, maybe how could boys, when they want to propose, they will come maybe as my friends, and then later maybe ndiye anovarambidza kuti vapfuure that line friendship. And also pane chimwe zvoti zvamboya mupfungwa mangu. Okay, I was saying kuti ari kuawana kupi vanhu ava? Anotambira kupi munhu uyu? Is she working or what, Dewa? Anowawana kupi? Or maybe she works in a pub, or maybe she works in a place where it's male dominated, and maybe patrons achona they are older men. Environment yaari kugara kana kuti environment yaari kushandira, could it be the reason why she's getting attention or attracted to older men? I think in young contribution is more of my questions, rather, because I'm not sure why that thing could happen. And kuti wazouye these elder men vanenge vamboita zvinenge zvamboita sei? I'm just curious, Dewa, to know if only she was here, maybe she could answer these questions, and then I could maybe be in a position to move on. But this issue, absent father, I would want to agree with Elno to say kuti men always blame women to say tinonyima wana, vanotiramidza kuona vana. And then I was like to say ne stamina yaminayo, with all the strength that we have, strength yekuti furufusha, but you don't have strength to fight for your own. You've got resources, you've got human resources, you've got you've got financial resources to do anything. The courts are there for you guys. Kana ndaramba nemwana, the courts are there, and the law says, the law protects the children to say my rights emwana ndi api. Mwana ane ma rights ekuchengetwa kana kuti ekuonekwa ne both parents. Mwana ane ma rights ekuona baba wake, mwana ane ma rights ekuona mai wake, and these rights they are 50-50. Mwana ane ma rights to have a birth certificate, but unoona mwana anokura asina birth ndikuti baba wacho akuramba kutoresa mwana birth certificate. So mwana kana imimi kana muchiziva kuti you've got the rights to see your children, why not go to court and claim those rights? Because the court will always look or maybe if the ruling is the best interest of the child. So you will win because kunenge kwakatariswa mwana, hakuna kutariswa Elno, hakuna kutariswa inini, but kwakatariswa mwana. Is it good for the child to see his father? Yes, it's good. Is it good for the child to see his mother? Yes, it's good. Is it good for the mother to bar the father from seeing his father? No, it's not good. So the court will always rule in favor of the child, not in favor of the mother or in favor of the father. It's in favor of the child. The best interest of the child will always be the priority, or will always come first. So guys, hatishadi kunzwa macry babies, hey ndakanyima mwana, hey ndakazode kungochema chema. Asi kana mwana iyeye wazokunyimwa, kana akuda kuroorwa, wakuda kuti hey ndoda kuvapo, hey but wakatadza kufaita mwana ari mudiki, wakuda kufaita mwana akuroorwa.
Andy Babs,
Yes.
you've mentioned about where maybe this woman is working, the kind of job, whatever, right? Then Mawone Matthew asked 2 questions here. I think you've answered the other one. She said, is she attracting or she's attracted by older men? Say she's attracting the older men. Is there anything that can attract older men to ask someone out? If she's attracted, then when she's attracted, that means she's the one who makes the moves, isn't it? To I need to be seen. But if she attracts, then what can she do?
If she attracts, she must stop doing what she's doing. And if it means kuti arikutera kunzvimbo kwavanowanikwa, because we know where these people are found. We know where they are found. Ngaachitanga kuenda kunzvimbo kunowanikwa size dzake. Ngaarega kutambira nzvimbo dzinowanikwa vanhu vakuru, ngaatambe nesize dzake.
Tinodzoka futi pana mwenetsana mberi kuya mataura kuti mimi, why do fathers want to fight kana mwana akuzoroorwa than fighting kana mwana ari mudiki? Anditi ndo zvamataura. Why fighting on the first place? Why do I need to fight for mwana wangu?
Imadzokera back ikoko futi nemiwo.
But anyway, let's move forward. Thanks, Andy Babs.
But fight is fight. You have to always remember it takes 2 to fight, right?
Yeah. Anyway,
well, I've already been interjecting, so I don't have a lot to say. But in terms of giving her, why is she attracting? How do you look? Actually, is the question. Do you look older than your age? Number one. Unozvimisa semunhu mukuru here kuti by the time murume paanozokunyenga ozodiscover makore ako pamwe you are carrying yourself like a mudzimai. And no disrespect, but there's a celebrity today that posted that they turned 26 ndavhunduka nazveni.
No, 21.
No, andavhunduka nazveni nazvandaona kuti ndo zvauri izvi.
And the 21. After 26 Mary, I got 21.
Yeah. Another that singer here.
Yeah, 21.
So pakadaro unofunga kuti panopinda mwana mukomana ane 22 achiti ndoda girlfriend. She already looks like she's already carrying the weight of the world. And no disrespect, but even some of these ladies that have been featuring on social media this weekend, like Popota and all sorts of drama, when they speak and when they go through whatever they do on social media, in they're only in their mid-30s. They've got the weight of the world and the language and the way they demeanor of grown-ass women that have been through the mill. Saka pakadaro unofunga kuti panonyengwa nemukomana ane 35 here pa. Nengotori nechivindi. Saka it just depends.
Elno, can I maybe interject you there before I forget? Now that you're saying Kuti, and does she look how does she look Kuti how does she dress? Does she dress like an old lady or a young lady or malooks ake? And do you know what? I've always maybe said to myself, Kuti, chi, munyama ere, kana kuti chi. Maybe I should also come with my topic to say, I'm attracting young men.
Vamwe muri kudresawo muchidedzawo younger generation.
Munyama.
But munozva some of these people vanouya vagoti vagoposta kana kuti kupi kupi unzwa farai neni nhasi asikana I'm 25 indorohwa nehana because you're old enough to be my child but we look the same age. Saka kind of maybe start there. Imbozvitarisawo, how are you presenting? Are you presenting like the young woman you are, or uri kutozvitakura semunhu mukuru ende uchizvimisa mumaareas anomira vanhu vasiri vezera rako? Because actually, for a man kukwanisa kunyenga a young woman, a lot of them find it as a conquest. Kuti they can still go there. Honestly, kuti kana by the time wokunyenga wabvuma and then wovaudza kuti you're 25, vanenge vachitoti saka ndichine game kind, I've still got game. Look at me, I can still get a 25-year-old or a 24-year-old. So it's not that they when they look at you initially, it's very few. Very few. I can name one celebrity singer who akayenga pa school gate, but it's very few men who will go and park on a school gate and yenga. But they are creepy men like that, yes. But most times it's where you're hanging around and how your eye contact. Because even if I fancy someone, I'll give you eye contact, and the eye contact will linger. Saka, and but panotoita a few eye contact kusvika paita kanenge ka contact kaitika. Saka iwo pamwe newo eye contact yako, your demeanor to certain men of a certain age is the issue. I don't know that they can tell you're young by looking at you. It's sometimes maybe you're just not looking your age. Mazana atidi kunyeberana kune vanhu vanotora mapicture kunana Instagram akabata 2 and 1 vagoti I'm 21 today. Unotya iwe 20 or 21 iyoyi. Saka really, first of all, are you looking your age? Do you dress your age? Do you go to age-appropriate locations? Do you have age-appropriate expectations? Because kana uri musikana ane 24 and your expectations are that you should be in Dubai shopping every month and you are thinking that you get that per age group yako being flown first class, well, that ain't gonna happen. Saka pamwe ndozva unenge unazvo, saka it puts off vezera rako kuti they won't even bother. You are not in their league. They'll look at you and go, "Oh, she's high maintenance. She's not in my league. I can't afford it." Kana to you, she's too big. She looks mumsy. She looks mumsy. She looks I'm on a live. Right, thank you. So she looks big. She looks mumsy. I'm not going to go and then so there's also things that you can look at. Really simple before you go down the route of thinking, "Kuti dinem nyama, pana nyama." It's just a minefield. Where you go, you will find you'll attract. Like, kana uchimira, uchita eye contact, body language, everything, presentation yako, each attractor, which attract. I attract zero because I know I'm presenting very standoffish. So I attract very zero men really. Ground rank is ground zero because of how I present myself. I present myself in a way that's quite standoffish. This is why my nyengometer is sitting on 0. But it's how you present yourself. How you it's how you're presenting yourself. Pazvakwini. Ai, ndizvakwini shuwa. Ai. Shuwa.
In all fairness, right? Nyengomita yakaratidza kuenda pa0 sei the last month wakacruisa from Southampton ukanobata kunonzi kuNorway 1 week. Within 3 days wakacruisa ukanobata kuAmsterdam ukabveni kwawaenda uko. Uchidzoka within 2 days wakanga uri kuEdinburgh. Saka let's be fair. Even kana chinozobata kaisa unokwanisa kuzoti shasha iyi ikanditi hadi holiday handiri kwanisi kuramba but ndiri kusenza one tight budget ndaungoti hande panenge ndiko ndakamudhura because Because those are things that you do. Saka arege waende pazero mwangu unozozvinyanya because unobvoti ndiri apo ndazodai so wobuda unoona ndiri kuenda mutheatre ndiri mushipi ndiri mubalcony nyanza iri kufamba haya pane zvimwe zvazvo zvekutogara uri pazero no is because what you show us. Let's be fair.
Ndozvatiri kutaura kakuti how you present yourself you attract what you present. So inini what I'm currently presenting is attracting zero.
That's true.
So you know how you present yourself, my dear, and how you are you are will it might also be playing in a part to playing a big part in why you are in that predicament. But all is well. Just really look close to home. Don't overthink it. Don't spiritualize it. Don't go and be being told and what nonsense, whatever. Just look within yourself. The answer is right there. Where am I? What am I looking like? How am I approaching Warume? Why am I attracting them? The answer is right there. You know. So I strong my possibilities. Akawanda, including Shoshana, absent daddy, and everything. Just now collectively listen to the feedback and see where you fit in. But I would strongly recommend that you don't over spiritualize it. Do not in any pandit get panapa ningata namrumene uti munyama cannot panema mepo. Apana, I can look deep in myself and know why pass namrume simple. She's not gonna spirituality involved. Hey, tissue.
Thank you so much. Ndawana, how are you?
Maybe they wanted to bomb say.
What was gonna say?
I did it right, Jango.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, matter. Hold on.
Dawana and friends. Dawana nation what it's like. Dawana ngawangani wake. Dawana and her friends.
Ndawana and friends.
Dewa. Mr. DDC.
Right. Mgoma gwangu murisei.
Oh, so good to see.
Tambo murisa Ndawana and friends neka jingu kanda Ndawana and friends.
Thank you.
Good. Murisei mgoma gwangu.
Hey, hello, Zuru Fambe.
Oh, Madi.
And right. Anyway, the guy didn't go to Guish short time, child. Hey, problem. My sister said quite a number of them. And the only in the need yokuramba nemwana, especially kumunare kubhadhara iyayo munoti maintenance, just because une bitterness nababa wacho ndozoita ini fork out imwe mari yokuinda kumacourts. It means money to go to courts. I don't need to go that. Kuti ndina social worker ariko korekera Dewa ari kuEngland iko akandiudza akati kuti tine nyaya dzamaZimbabweans muno dzetiri kutonga. Mwana unoudzwa kunzi ndaunoti baba vandibata magaro, baba vandidai, vachireva nhema masisters avo. We have got sisters like that. Ndokandogara ndichikutaurira nenyaya yakudokedhera mai vakazouraya vana 3, 2 girls and 1 boy, nenyaya yekuti baba vavahwina koti yokuti mwana arege vainde nevana. The father was American, not far from kumba kwangu nokuziva iwe Dewa. Hatifanigwi kutombosvika ikoko murume unozofolda maoko because ndikatsamwa ndinogwejenura munhu mazino. I would rather keep quiet panokuinda pasex offenders register nokuda kwomukadzi ari so selfish. Yes, ndinogona kuuya zvangu kana ndikadawo kuita musikanzwa sewe kuita mukonyo mwana akura ndichiuya kuroora kwachona apa ndenjinetsana nomukwasha ndichibhadharisana naambuya vake kokosataura neni futi kana nditi morote zvarareka. Ndaakuda kukufonyorawo brain sokundifonyora kwawakaita. Hatifanigwi kumbosvika ikoko kana tiri mahuman beings anonzwisisa. Asi ndinofolda maoko, especially in this country. Zvoni zvaitika kuZimbabwe, kosi kuZimbabwe haigona kungodhaiwa. Zvino muno mutemo ende tinoteedzerawo mutemo wacho. Ndakanzwa vamwe vanhu vane maposition mamwe usingambofungiri kuti vangataura izvezvo pasocial media ipapo, vachitaura kuti so wangine haamuoni. Then what? Mauya mavaunganidza ipapo, mwana iye owana chamwana, raabhadheni rangu ini sehazvanzi kundotsvakana navakwasha vatati tisingataudzane navo. Anyway, mazuva ano nefreedom dzavako idzi, inini ukauya uchirambidza baba vana kuona baba vake pari pamba pangu ini pabhuti, ndokuziva kuti no, I've got a cousin sister. One day auya kumusha, vana vati zvara vachona vanogara padhuze dhuze. Then pamunini vakati, hey iwe wakuda kudzokera kuHarare usina kundoratidza vana sekuru ava mwana wavo. Kana akaoma ari panapa ndinondozvitaura ndichiti kudii pamba pavo, indai next time usauya navana ava pano kana usingadi kuti vana sekuru vavo vandoona. Vakazoinda kokwasviba vakazoperekedzwa navaramu vachona kuuya kumba. So vana sisava ende kuti no kuti papa neproblem, asi kungoti vanodzigwa at times, which is so bad. Yes, kune mboko dzavarume dzisingadi kuchengeta vana. I cannot tolerate that. But there are good men out there. Just because akaramba mayacho vanoda kufikisa munhu. Muri kutaura makotsi means money. Ukuri kuda imwe mari yokuti ndikupe yokuchengeta vana vachona and all the stuff. Hakuna kuda kuita chigandanga. By doing that, muri kureza mashurugwi. Especially kana vari vakomana, you are creating problems for other women, fellow women. Mozogara muchikuonana nevaroora, zvanzi varoora havati respect. Asi problem yamakacreata mega. I'm not condoning varume vasingabhadhari maintenance. I've seen vamwe varume vanotosiya mabasa kuti kwai no, handidi kupa mukadzi, iye unozotengesa. Mukadzi wako ukamupa mari, I'm talking to the guys, akandotengera boyfriend yake kana kuti murume waogara naye andawe nemari yako iyeyo. Yes, because baba vachona vanomboenda navana vako kurekera kumaschool runs, iwewe somurume. Hazvisi zvinhu zvofana kukugumbura izvozvo. Zvafanana neinike zvino izvi ndikaita mukadzi akanga ane vana, of course uri kundipa gwangu, uri kundipa everything, ndinoindisa vana vacho kurekera kunonzi kumaschool run, because ndiye munhu ari kundipa gwangu, ari kundibikira, ari kuita everything. Yes, that's normal. Atinozoti hey, dziri ngochengeta vana vegirlfriend, iye unokanganwa kuti une boyfriend mumba, iri kuendesa vana vangu kumaschool run, kuita sekunonzi unombogara nayo iyo step dad ye, uchiti zvinowachengeta vana vako here zvawakasiya vana kwawakabva. Hey, ngatirege kuva selfish on both sides. Mwana hautombofaniri kumuseenzesa seweapon, especially kana baba vachona vachiita zvinhu zviri right zvokuti vari kukupa mari and all the stuff. Tine macases dewaiwo kuti munhu unoenda uchimupa mari zvakanaka, unoenda kukoti kwanzi mari yo uri kundipa ishoma. Koti iya yazondodecide, utoona mari yandaimupa yakawandisa kudarika yazodecidewa nekoti, wozoona munhu pwezvo washama muromo. Ngatichitaurirana zvino let's be normal, tiite zvinhu zviri normal both sides. Imi varume hakuna kungofamba muchingogwangurawo muchingoitisa vana pese pese, vana vomusingadi. Ende imi mamwe masisters musangoitira vana murume uchiti ndokuti ndigodiwa. Unondiitira vana 15 ndigondotora umwe munhu asingazvari ndigokusiya una vana 15 ivavo. Murume haatendwi nenhumbu, variko vamwe vanhu vanongoita nhumbu deliberate zvisina kana staira. That should stop. Chibereko chako ngachirege kungogamuchira zvese zvese. Ita mwana wavashuwa kuti naJeromia tinogona kugara tese, kwete ngoti beu. No, that's not it. Let us not use children as pawns. Both sides. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mkoma Kwang. Ndawana and friends, how are you?
Ndiri Dewa murisei.
Oh, so good, Wadi.
Ewa ndiri right zvangu inini muvhuro wakadai.
Cool.
Ndinokumbirawo recap ndanonoka kuya kuclass anyway.
Okay. Right, where are we? Hold on. Right. Recap. The topic says I only attract older men. Dear Elder and DDC, Magadi Henyu, and thanks for this wonderful platform. Elder, please keep me anonymous. I'm a young lady, age 24, and the reason that brought me here, Elder, is that boys of my age don't propose to me at all. Elder, to be honest, the youngest person I would say I've dated was 35 years old. And I felt like there is a big difference between our ages. Elder, why is it that I only attract older men and the majority of them are married? And what causes it? Elder, can it be me who attracts them? Because sometimes I feel like it's a curse. And this makes me feel very emotional and upset. Elder, I want help if there's anyone out there who had experienced what I'm going through for attracting older men. And they don't ask me out, only some friends on. Thanks, Elder. Thanks for the help.
Okay, cool. And then thank you, Dewa. And then yang digital na Mary na Gwangu, I think na Auntie Bob's as well. Yeah, maintenance or something. What was that about?
I want to patterns also. I want to put poem examples.
Okay, also guys, part of the Nyaya.
Oh, it's not part of that one.
No, it is part of the Nyaya, to be honest. Because
okay,
Dr. Love, yeah, it's just part of the Nyaya, Ndawana, because not so much Jermaine Jataura na Gwangu, that was no, Dr. Love Vataura sometimes
taura nyaya yacho na iwe iwongo chitaura nyaya yacho na iwe
uya achitaura nyaya kuti pane vanasikana that struggle with absent father issues.
Right.
Yes, which can result in somebody seeking older men, which is linked to this story. So yes. I think I had a bit of a debate with Dewa about Kuti. We shouldn't focus on why people broke up. We should focus on making sure both parents have a responsibility to avoid these situations by co-parenting effectively. That's it. That's how it's linked.
Ndawana.
That is Ndawana.
Network again on bonnet. Ndawana and friends.
Hello, sorry, yange chungo break up, but thank you, Mary. I heard part of the things you were saying. It makes sense. Ndambukata ere Dewa.
Yeah, wadzoka teora kwadzoka.
Mukudye?
Matsimbi.
Kunge mukudya mutetsu kudaro.
Ndudazei?
Mukudya mudzungu.
Aiwa no. Wona mwandira akaita.
Akabikwa.
Yeah, takubya.
Okay. Munakirwa ndokumbiro.
Anditi.
All right. Aiwa, inini as I said, ndanonoka kuuya saka ndinanyasonzwa mapoints ese, but I'm really grateful for Sis Mary kuti wangu explainer zvataurwa. Inangu, I think from my understanding, and I really stand to be corrected, and this kunyasonzwisisa kuti munyori arikuiona it's a bad thing or what, but from my basic point of view, and this is where I'm going to answer from my point of view, you know, if she's attracted to older men or older men are attracted to her, it's not a bad if that's what she's okay with. But if it's not what she's okay with, Sis Mary before, have a proper look at yourself, you know. stop over spiritualizing things. And I'm one of those people. I think I believe in over spiritualizing things. I think the Wamakatombo, for example, is Womapedza kuisa paving kumba. Your sister was poorly, and it was dewa when I might paving takuroewa. Then turned out that your sister just had BP. I don't want any sugar. So it's like we always tend to over spiritualize things. So I want to encourage her not to over spiritualize, but just have a realistic look at herself. Is she doing something? Does she carry herself in a way that attracts these older men? Does she dress in a way? Itakuti attract my older men aya. And can I tell my younger guys is that she, build them, or she needs to have a realistic look within herself. Kuti chigangi chichita uti attract my older men arutaura. Now I get asked out by a lot of young guys. So guys younger than me. But I know it's because of my bubbly personality. I'm fun. I don't take myself too seriously. I'm easygoing, So younger guys like that about me, but I wouldn't say that older men don't ask me out as well. But if I'm to be very honest with myself and realistic, if somebody was like, younger than you more, then I can say it's because we're dressing pick my trainers, my skinny jeans, taura like mtauro wawo, we like similar things. So this is why younger guys would probably be attracted to me. Without having to say, no. I wouldn't necessarily say that. But as I said, I'm really trying hard to understand what the issue is. Could I be attracted to older men, or older men are attracted to her? But I want to just agree with everybody here. Maybe she also has issues, not issue with daddy issues. Maybe she's looking for a father, and she projects that. She projects that. Kuchagama older men, because you attract what you think, So there are me
Yes,
not
my
really
dear.
understanding what the issue is with our Mnyori.
Thank you so much. Issue yake ari kuti izvo. Is it normal or it's a curse? Why is it that akada small boys unomisa friend zone, but the youngest guy she dated was 35 years old, and she happens to be asked or to date very married. So what is it? That challenge yekuti anongodiwa nevanhu vakuru vadiki, they don't even want her. Don't dambudziko rainaro chete. Like what you've explained,
okay,
madiki vanokunyenga because unoizvisa palevel ravo, when you talk, the way you interact, kind of club, you play their music, all that kind of stuff. So the same age.
Exactly.
And when you talk to them, you're mature, you know how to handle them, want to feel comfortable and confident. But if I can drive you put some sort of friends say. Yeah.
It's true, Dewa.
Because maturity, you listen. You don't talk when they're talking, you listen. I think maybe those are feel like maybe here. And maybe marry. First class to buy every month. And at 24 cannot afford division to buy 20 every month. Saka maybe Ian was throw foot no, they can afford. Saka it all depends with which percent does she stand. Like what the Bible says, I do whoever somebody else. Anoshanda eri, anitanishi, anoshanda anitachi. Otherwise, if we had all that, maybe we might analyze and say, okay, because of this or because of that, maybe can I go university, maybe I got my challenges, my hardships. Kuchaga kuti pane motive behind it kuti ari kuda financial gain here kana kuti naturally iye zvakaipa chakewo ropa rake rinongo attractawo older people, you know. Saka, that's the nyaya.
Thank you, Dewa. My network keeps buffering. Saka ndichatodona izvo so ndisarambe ndichi-interrupta. Hapana zvandatonzwa zvamataura, but thank you so much. Ndenge ndichimboteerera kumaterrace.
Hana mukoma gwangu ini ndaivingwa nevana vadiki but andaimbotambira kwavari kola. Mwanzwa here. Right. So looking good, Dewa Victoria Mnyaka, thank you so much. Saka ndo pana nyaya, I don't know inenge yakurumidza kuvhiwa. If there's somebody wants to say something, just say something. If not, then that's no problem.
Sorry, Dewa. Andina unge ndangonzwa Mary achipupa time yandafunga kuti it's a different story. Andina tombenge ndaverenga nyaya. Anyway.
Ndosaka ndataura kuti mamuri off topic.
Do you want to say something?
Because ndawa chipupa nenyaya yacho ndikafunga kuti ndo nyaya iri mudari.
Eka. Nekuti magama muna kugama nyaya ndazviona ini kuti baba vakarasika.
Yanga ichimbotaurigwe ndachipindura iwewe.
Aiwa, ndozvandikuti maibatira pakati yatanga naDr. Love.
All right. Anyway. Izvi zviri zvokurekera izvi zvokudanana nevana vadiki. Madzimai vana
Hold on. Muri munotombowirirana imi wane mimi.
Munoziva kuti chii?
Chimeri taura.
Varume sometimes musazozvikwidza, musazozvinyepera kuti kana maapproachwa nevana vadiki because you are physically attractive. Far from it. That's why muchiona vana Roland vaya vanotyisa nematumbu imari dzavanenge vachitsvaga. Musambozvinyetsa kuti they think because you are fantastic in bed whatever or you look physically vakutsvaga mari.
Mazuva ano hakuchina izvezvo. Chero vapana vanongovinga chembere vanovinga mari because vanoziva kuti pachaita colorful wedding. So ndizvezvo vari kuona.
Baba kwangu Mary, you are married. You are married. Wati vanhu vachipopota ndizvoda ngoipopota kuti vanoita ngori ma35 ongoipopota ngori.
Vakadzi vakakwira vachipopota paweekend, vamwe vachipopota nenyaya dzemuchato yavo nechichi. Those women talk like they're in their 50s or whatever. They feel like they've got the burden of the world on them. Matauriro avanoita mazi kuremerwa kwavakaita neupenyu is too much for their age group. You just want to say relax, life is short. Zvinhu zvacho zviri so deep and intense. Then ukazoda kuzogoogle manje vamwe vacho hameno kuisland uku ukada kuzogoogle kuona mazera avo zvavari vana vadiki. So they are not approachable. Munofunga kuti zera ravo ringa-approach type iyoyo. Vanotyisa, they are so intense and they've got the weight of the world on their shoulders. Nyaya dzavanotaura is too much. It's too scary, mahora man. Kana ini sometimes ndototya kuteerera ini. Ai!
Ipapa handingakushori hangu. Handingakushori hangu ipapa.
Ai. Zvinenge zviri deep, just too much. Just relax. You're only, how many more years in life have you got? Muchingoita mazinyaya so intense like that. It's too much. Ai, zviri draining. How they do it. The funny thing is how even they stood up to Chaga varume vacho ndovati, how are you coping? Hey, it's too much.
Urikutozviona kuti tiri panguva yechimbeto.
Aiwaka, it's not every woman that's like that. That's ridiculous. Hey. There's no Papa Kadaro, I won't lie. Ndechitonyara kuva munhukadzi because it's too much. It's too much. It's no zviri havangodi ungozvambariro zvaungorelax mumba vachiona havo Netflix vachidya ice cream sevamwe vakadziwo. It's too much. It's too hard.
Pakaipa. Ngoma kwangu mamurira kuti
ndaida kuti zviri zvokurekera izvi. Zvimwe zvokudanana nemadhara vana zvinhu zvangochinja vanhu takasvika pakuteedzera chirungu zvimwe zvisina direction because nyaya yekuti matoy boy takazoinzwa tauya in fact yakauya kumusha nevamwe vanhu vakabva kunuko yokuti chembere dzaingodanana nezvana You still remember pane time yakuti Marare muya vanhu vaindotora zvima-street kids zviya vondochigeza chavata chichimurekera whether zvaiva zvemushonga or zvaiva zvemujodo, God knows. Muya waingouya chouya chichidonhedzwa paya chakapfeka chakachena chi-street kid chouya chichiraswa muma-street kuseni.
But handiti that maminista vanhu vechirume vaiuya kuzotora ma-street kids.
Vakadzi vaizviita asi kuti vakadzi
a lot of the gay men in Zimbabwe ndo basa ravo because they're gay hazvibvumirwi.
Hatisi kuramba tiri kuti namadzimai
aizviita. Munogara makamakana nevakadzi, almost sometimes you think varume vari perfect. Muchimbotaura zviri balance.
Kuti varume vari perfect. Iwewe ndiwo une pfungwa idzedzo. It's entrenched in your psyche.
Munovhura nyaya dzenyu dzese muchiti kudii. Handiti munoti my sisters. That's your opening statement, my sisters. You never say our people. Muchimbochinja moti our people.
Kana ndichiadresa imimi handiti our people. Handichiadresa varume ndongotaura.
But munyaya dzenyu dzese tinotongotanga muchiti munongotanga chero pese munongotanga muchingoti our sisters.
But our sisters hamuna problem here mimi.
Kwema hamuna.
Sadness. Imi
muri saka muri perfect.
That's why men don't live long, because munoti stress.
No, you don't live long because when was the last time you went to have your when the last time did you do your check on your balls to check for testicular cancer? You don't go for health checks, you don't go for health screening. Munongomwa doro mugoita central obesity nematumbu musingaendi kunoitwa ma-health screening. Isi tinoenda kunovhura makumbo chiitwa ma-cervical smears, tichinoitwa ma-breast screening. Asi kana mofa early motanga kuti blema, look after your own health. Makapesana majim rini basa rakuswera muri mabhawa
vane matumbu chinotaura pafeya chaipo muno mu-UK. Mira, muno mu-UK ndatara pafeya chaipo ane matumbu ndianorumikwa ndokadzi varume unopenge
varume central fatty liver in central obesity makawandisa stereke varume tarisa and futi west problem yenyu west futi kana mabva from size small to large hamuchinji masize ema-t-shirt tahwa nekungodhakwa nema-t-shirt anoshinya kumafunction nakangopfeka size small as no t-shirt munhu akapedzera kuva size small wakaemigrata in 1995 boy akufunction 1990 2005 munhu achingopfeka top ya 1995 small iwo wa extra large muchiti nyaudza nema-arsenal t-shirts enyu.
Do you know? Mary, do you know that kana munhu achinja kudaro kapfungwa dzake dzichiri uko paaimborisa kunofudza ng'ombe kuya achiri chimfana chake wonder, that's their mentality. Ndiyo mentality yedu iyoyo varume kana tawani
vanouya emboendai kuma-pictures varume vazhinji kuma-functions vanonge vakapfeka hembe dzisingakwani ma-t-shirt matikitiki.
Aiwa ndipo patinokanganisa
skin tight ka skin tight
skinny jeans chinzwai. You know the reason why cancers are prevalent kana kuchinzi kwakubatwa ma-cancer kwakubatwa BP kana kuti sugar. Do you know what it is? Zvinokonzerwa hanzi the bottom line where diseases come from, it's diseasement, hanti. It might be a philosophical statement, but in a scientific undertone, it is the fact that kanamunu, if they feel condemned, if they feel inadequate, if they feel guilty, if they feel oppressed, depressed, their body fights that aspect of their inonzi their endorphins all that releaswa ichireleaswa cortisone inenge yoreleaswa ichidaro that ma-enzymes yayo whatever they are called ogara mubhodhi yemurume nekuti havasi kukwanisa kuita sei kutaura kurelaxa, they are over and ever stressed ka ndizvo zvinokonzera ma-diseases aya atinozonzwa aya eshuga ebp enhingirikini impotence echichichi. It is because vanenge vashungurudzwa What is the mira indivunde kutaurire izve?
Aiwa.
Doctor.
Uya ungamukwanisi ndimi Mrs. Putin.
Kudai munomhanya ndai munojoga
Aiwazve. Manzwa munombonzwa here mashoko anotaurwa nevakadzi paya kunzi iwe uchingotarisa kudhafuka kwaita kudaro unofunga kuti ndana chakuda kana kuti parizvo pakamira ipapa padumbu rakura kudai so icho chakutoswedera kuti
chakutoswedera kachinomedzwa nedumbu gara chegara chinongomedzwa nedumbu motipinza panzara futi nematumbu amedza chinhu
nzwa izve. But iyo mashoko iyayo anopinda munjere
sometimes to take the truth torai chokwadi munoluza mumhanya mukaiti mhanye makuseni chinhu chidzoke pachanga chiri
kana muna wadepressed munofunga kuti angazokwanisa kumuka oenda kunomhanya
ine mudangoblema isusu kuti hanzi ndisi kutarisa kuti chinhu aiwa vanhu look after yourself eat healthy exercise siyanai nevakadzi vanokushusha iko muri kumanikidzwa kuita 3 women at one go motsvagira bp yenyu yekujagila vakadzi muchimitisa vakawanda munotsvagira
makutaura vamwe varume makutaura vamwe varume isusu tiri kutaura nyaya dzekuti kana if you look at it at the central point of it vakadzi pakutaura pakushusha ikoko zvinoitisa kuti murume aite sei aiwa nestress maninkini enzymes kana kuti anonzi maiko achona yayo ADH yachona yaya maninkini anozobuda mokodosoni hameno inozogara pakati pedumbu apa zvinenge zvichibviswa zvichibva kune iyo mastress mashoka munotaura yayaya. You see, that's where the problem is. Kana mukati pawo chanzi yekuti tiraramewo peacefully. Sezvataurwa namukoma gwangu pavidhio yawo yanhasi kuti mune zuva chilive chiyacha chekuti panenge pane chiwindi cold breeze uko uchizwa kuti you don't have maninkini anonzi life issues ekuti une chikweretu uko mukadzi ari kukunyemwera pakadai pane zvinhu zvinovaka kwete zvinhu zvokuti maiwe
handisi hangu I don't owe anyone peace. I'm not United Nations. Kana munhu atsvaga peace nganotsvaga basa kuUnited Nations.
Asi ndiwe uri wangu uri wanguka
aiwa pana I'm not United Nations. I don't owe anyone peace.
Manje kufa kunoita varume ndosaka muchizongofaitira vashoma vane vasara.
Inini handirwiri murume ini. I don't see you as anything spectacular. You breathe like I do breathe. Inini hanimbozviita ende maprisons akatozvara varume 80-90% of prison population is varume. Saka
population yachona yakaende. Why are they in the prisons? Nekuda kwekuti vari kutsvaga mari nekuti imi
because you make bad decisions by yourself. 80% of prison population is varume. Moya panapa muchitudza kuti hanzi there's a man shortage because they are in prison, not because they are good men, too many good men. Half of you are in prison. That's why there's good women left with not enough men out here.
Vakapindira muprison.
Vari kuprison.
Vakapindira muprison. Vanzi vakapindira muprison nekuti vangachitsvaga mari, vobva vatsvaga mari yekukurumidza, vobva vaita zvekuba izvi because vangachida kumuimpressa imizve. Saka the bottom line ndeyekuti ndimi makatipinza muprison imomo.
Aiwa.
Gare.
You know, I'll take you all 3 of you. Mese paraba nokukwikwidza 1 hour. Mumodigatski pasimi. Motozvikanganwa. So long you breathe oxygen, I breathe oxygen. And Jesus died for us all on the cross. Apana right yamunayo over us. Yekuti hanzi mimi we owe you peace. Kana mshaga peace and like United Nations, World Health Organization. I'm not here to give you peace. I also want peace. Why am I going to be here to
kushandira pamwezvo kana iwe wakandipa peace ndakawana peace ndakakupa peace zvaparwa seriously
hapana peace yamunowana
saka yatova World War 3 kayoeneka tagara tiri World War 3
inini I will. If you come with tangible facts, I will back you up. But not munhu anongomira from the blue. What I want a woman who gives me peace. Who are you? For why would somebody just not give you peace? Unenge waite ipapo tinonetsa. I live a very peaceful life. Saka to come in my life and tell me that you want peace from me, I'm not in United Nations, in United Nations. Head office, peace. But I'm not, I want a relationship that's calm and peaceful like anybody else. I want to sleep.
Ndosaka ndati iwewe na Putin Square.
Apana zvakadaro, that's all. Apana, you can give my digs essay that you want. I'm a very good person. I'm a very good person. And I'll tell you something for nothing. My parents worked hard to put me where I am. I work hard. I've got a good job. I work hard. My children are doing good. My parents worked hard, put me through school. And vakashanda zvokuti mai vangu vakatengesa madhoiri kuti ndiuye ndiite life yangu inoi. And I appreciate them so much that I will not get to a point yekuti ndinosvika pazera rinoi ndotanga unzi nemunhu give me peace. Inini peace.
Aiwa,
I was not. If I was put on this earth to make your life, no.
You took it pamsoro, matorera pamsoro to give me peace. Ndati, what is wrong about you coming into a relationship? Musingadi kukupidzana, asimuchibatsirana.
I am such a good lover, I'm telling you, but I will not put up with people vanoya vachida kungoti generalize. Saka modai, otherwise munozoita shortage. Makatidai, mufana kujump. When we say jump, 10 left, keep quiet, sit down. I'm not going to do that. Not on this earth here. I will enjoy, breathe oxygen like you, just like you. I will enjoy life. I will not give up my life so that you can have a better life. That ain't happening on my watch. If we are going to have peace, we have it together. I must give you peace. It wasn't going to be peace. I would not. That's not going to happen.
Saka amuna kunzwa zvandataura zve.
I who thinks the world belongs to him.
Inenge masparks chaiwo. Masparks chaiwo.
Right.
No.
Inga ndakanyora paya kuti my bitterest rival.
Yeah.
Nice.
It is very good.
Ivava ndakavamaka ndiporeka wamaka ivava baba vanozviziva ndekuti vanongovhura statement yese my sisters takakuitei
ndaita mutete
ndanyararawo nene
waita zvodoktora ndaita mutete
handati pane varume 3 mukadzi 1 pano hamumbondigona mese ndinokurigai mese gigigi
aiwa no azvinoda ndogona but urikona zvotoonyarara zvazviyaka because
ndokunyaradzai ndogarisai pasi
toti chaizvo because at the end of the day pamwe pachoka tinoti kutiite nharo ka tinetsi nharo but zvanga dzamukoma kwangu kuti my sisters and vanhu vaingonikora my sisters zangu
aiwa my sisters is always followed by a dig
mukadzora maiki yenyu but unodza tobhonesediuka if you know somebody who highly speaks of Zimbabwean women ndimukoma kwangu
akana
ndiri kudzazve
vanotudza kuti hanzi we must keep quiet
aiwa no in all fairness if I want to say mukoma kwangu highly speaks of Zimbabwean women. He has got soft spots with Zimbabwean women. There's something that he sees in you Zimbabwean women. In most cases, he doesn't have a dig on you. No, trust. Who's not
but you're telling us, I'm a woman telling you he has a dig. Mimo is a man telling he doesn't have a dig. I'm feeling dark.
So when you hear Guti, my sisters, Pamromapa, Chimbonyararai. What are you hearing? Muneka mchinzwe ipapo.
Oppression.
What exactly are you hearing?
Oppression. Oppressing my freedom.
Aiwa.
No. But so you asked why did you ask the question?
Because my sisters munomboita pamuromo zvinoreva kuti dzimwe nguva pane nyaya dzimwe nguva dzamunotaurisa mataurisa kudaro zvamunotaura zvinorwadza ndizvo zvisingavake. That's what I hear. Kuti mutaure munobvumidzwa kutaura ka.
I hear oppression. I hear oppression because he always follows it up kuti ndosaka ende kune shortage ende muchatirwira and that
iro iri chokwadi.
Hakuna shortage. Tarisa ma world statistics hakuna shortage. In fact, kutori ne shortage yevakadzi yevarume because tarisa ma statistics and then wasubtract vari in prison wone kuti hapana varume panyika.
Aiwa. Dzimwe nguva munenge mavapawo hamusi kuwanzwisisa. Ngoma kwangu ndinowanzwisisa kuti kana muchitaura pane dzimwe nguva dzekuti munotaurawo muchizivawo kuti mataura muchiti chii. Hazvisi kuti munorambidzwa kutaura. Asi ndimi munozviisira you dig your own hole. Nekuti munoziva kutaura. Ende kutaura kwachona kunorwadza dzimwe nguva.
Nai Dr. Love. Ines ndapinda iri pakati. Imi kana muchita hanzi tichatambura ndonzwa ma statements ayo kuna varume wakawanda. Imi kana musingazotamburi, why are you single?
Tichatambura, muchatamburira iko nai.
Why are you single? Imi warume imi kana wakadzi wakawanda. Sei kuine varume vari single. Kana kunzi wakadzi wakawanda.
Moda menduro.
Anza peace varutsvaga United Nations.
Ndiani under the sun murume chai. Ngada kuswera achiitwa zvariitwa zvamuri kuita izvozvo. Yatoda. Saka hatisi kuona vari peaceful. Ungada iyo zvachongati uyu umwe wenyu matara ari kuita kuti ndiri handisi United Nations inini muri ndiri ndokurigirai pasi. Dr. Love wati aida kunyarira zvangu. Ndikati indanyarirawo mukoma gwangu ndanyarira. Saka peace hatina. Tikangona wakadzi vari peaceful. Trust me. We will never be single.
Saka munotozoti wakadzi vese munokushaya wacho vari peaceful wachona kana kuti imimi ndimi story peaceful. Mambozviita introspect here imimi wacho mukufuti.
Vanoda pusaful, vanoda vakapusa. Pusaful vanoiconfusa nepeaceful. Vanoda vanhu vakapusa. Saka chinovanetsa ndechekuti kana munhu ari intellectually ichapusaful not peaceful. Muda vakapusa vamunoita marobot muchicontrola. Kana ane intellectual capacity yekuti anokwanisa kutaura newe zvinhu hamuzvide munobva mazviona kunge noise. She's too challenging just because she's too intellectual for you. Pusa ndo yamuri kushote yamuri kutsvaga manje vashoma vakapusa ndo pari kunetsa.
Andibhabs. Ndataura kuti vanhu vakandifonera akati dewa andibhabs mazuva ano wamelo mera batanzi uya kuuploada murume kuita sei akatanza andibhabs aitinge wane munhu chete because naja madzika mati munonyepa ndikuiburikira nyaya iyi kunyemba kuti ndachinzwira hangu pakati.
Inhema mere angari right because inhema that observation is very wrong.
You're not a calming effect on us.
Do you think kuti nini mkomadewa I can keep quiet just because ndawana murume ndonyarara zvandokutaura
ndofamiswa nemurume?
Aiwa no wazotara munhu. No, let's be honest. Mirai pane pambe kuti unochinja handitika noti kuti wachinjwa ba but wega une kamwe kakupfavirira kwaunenge wakuitawo kakunyevenuka kwaunenge wachiitawo you become so peaceful hauchari mashooters ane magaga hauchamari vanhu because wakuti ukambotarisa umwe wakuti parizochiva chidongo chiripo ichi
hapana zvakadaro.
Yes, I
Ah,
declare.
inini makaona ndanyengwa disappear panapa, not because
More murira
no, that disappear because
Mm.
I've got someone to occupy my time, not because very busy, because there is something to occupy, not peaceful. Yekuti murume auyo akavaunza peace. She's at peace by herself, with or without a man. She's happy. I want to answer my happy my melo. Yeah. Kuti Jesus ere murume wacho.
my way.
Okay. Okay. Naye mambo gani?
Hey.
What is it that you want from us as men that will make you guys happy? Okay. Chamunotarisa pa murume chamungatsoti, okay, this murume can make you happy. Yeah, intellectual, hamusarana pusa fuza vataurwa vaya, ma right. Saka, what is it in men that you might feel good, okay, this man is qualifies or is good?
For me, I want someone who sees my worth. It's so important if you see my worth. If you see me, Kunge, I am nothing, or I'm just I'm going to generalize, and you don't see the value that I bring to the table, then for me, that's a difficult one. It's just a deal breaker.
So let me ask you then, how does one actually say interact and show you they see your worth? Is it by the way they talk to you, or the way they interact?
Yes.
That's the interaction, or is it the way they treat you?
It's first of all, in my love language is words, ka. So I'll get it from words, from conversation, from how we communicate and talk, and how we interact. We'll see as a human being, not as as an entity that was there to kind of do for them. So that is very, very clear for me from the beginning.
So it's the acknowledgement. They acknowledge that they see you.
Yeah, you see, I don't want to be in a position who comes in my life and doesn't actually pick. For me, when you see me as nothing, you're seeing my parents as nothing. Somebody worked so damn hard to get me to where I am and to be the person I am. For somebody to just come and demand only one thing of me, which is peace and a quiet mouth. And I just find that like a statement disrespecting all the way to my parents. You've got to look at me and see what I bring to the table. Otherwise, you can't break me. You won't.
So are you saying you want to be yoked with somebody who is more like a vocal person?
No, but that's even worse. If you say that's even worse. Because you've got to see beyond. You see, what does my talking bring to the table? Let's break it down. Eleanor enjoys talking. Yes, it's entertainment. Fine for her. She enjoys laughing. But what does it bring to the table fundamentally? Rather than even noise. Because my mouth brought, when I always tell you this, my son got £250,000 because of my mouth. So let's start there. I was able to take the local authority to court. And because I was able to articulate myself and communicate and stand as a firm mother for a child with learning disability, I won £250,000 for my son's education over a 5-year period. Now start there. Put value on me there. Don't come and say noise because you just once heard me in the Chitaka debate because none say over outreach yemuna chat. Just that's where I want to separate. Go beyond the superficial. That's the kind of man I'm looking for.
So the deeper side of you is in the validity of your own self-worth. With your background, I keep hearing you respect your parents.
Very much so.
So munhu anonzwisisa izvozvo anouya achiremekedza izvozvo has a way to get into your heart, and then ndipo panotangira nyaya ipapo.
Yes, because I'm just a vessel to give you peace. You are insulting my parents.
Okay. Mazvinzwa kavarume.
Your parents and your intelligence.
In my intelligence.
Exactly.
Because I'm more than that.
Enough respect.
I am actually a professional woman who single-handedly raised 2 children who are now adults. I've held a job. I hold no criminal records. I've never cheated on anybody else. I own my own home. I have my own bank account. I look after myself the best I can. I wake up and go for a run most mornings to try and keep myself in shape. I do all that to be more than just when I knock on your door, for you to just say, I hope you are going to give me peace. I'm more than just a piece for you. That there's more to me. And if you can't tap into that, stay out of my lane.
My way.
Okay, let's forget about the peace, right? Let's forget about the peace, right? Let's forget about the peace bit. Let's talk about, say, suppose, Ininu, on the other hand, I'm a professional. I've got my bank accounts. I've got my children that I'm raising on my own. But I'm a man of few words. What will happen on that?
Few words when you run Ddc Skool of Thoughts.
Don't judge me on being here. Imagine judge me on being on social media. You have to know me better. Those are
No. Dewaka ita mushe. Bata hana yako katatu. Uzorove dundundu uzviudze kuti you are not a man of few words, you are a man of million words. Ha, Dewa.
I don't have a man of few words. I don't talk.
Dewa, 4 hours. 4 hours yatinopedza panapa, iwewe unotaura 2 hours.
Inini, men of few words. Mukoma Gwangu, men of few words. Dr. Love, men of few words. We are men of few words.
Mukoma Gwangu, men of few words. Endai kupedzi kwavo munoona mavidhio anoita utanzi
How
men
many
of few
minutes?
words.
10 minutes. Talk to Mukoma Gwangu go is 10 minutes. Men of few words. Straight to the point. We are men of few words. We don't talk. I think Andy Babs has found love. Why? She's now quiet, mellow, cool. You know, she doesn't do all that. I don't know. Ask.
Dewa. Ininika. Munhu iyeye I hope akateerera. Munhu iyeye handina kumbowana anything. Inini ndokugadzirisa nyika. Saka chimbondisiya, ngaambondisiya. I'm not looking for men. I'm looking for independence.
Mukadzi ane few words Mozambique.
Yeah.
Unclear.
Saka sei musingamurori.
Makauzwa nani izvozvo.
Unclear. Is not a man of few words. Unclear is a woman of few words. The woman of few words.
Dewamusanyeperwe.
Auntie Clay, not woman of few words. Auntie Clay, wanotaura paragraph 3 pages, 4 pages.
Auntie Rose, she's not a woman of few words. Yes, I'm going to Auntie Clay, I know. Auntie Clay, I'm woman of few words.
My words are determined by the deepness and their strength. Nokwanisa kutaura one word rigoitwa multiplied by 1,000.
Okay.
I mean, kuti in an interaction, it's the ability to use many words or to use a few words to say things that are deep, regardless of whatever the context is. Zvinonetsa pahadzvanzi dzedu dzimwe ndezvekuti chero ukashandisa mazwi mashoma unonzi unotaurisa nekuti anorwadza, ukashandisa awanda wataurisa futi. Saka zvamunoda chezvo ndakushaya kuti ndezvipi, kuti tisataure tiite zvimumumu. Aiwa, ndingobvunza zvangu because I think kuti
sometimes when you hear the issue yepeace ka ndakunatsoedza kunzwisisa kuti peace inomborevei. Hanzi I want my peace and quiet.
Ndingakupindurai ndichidai pane mamwe mazwi amunoti anovaka kozoti mamwe mazwi ekushoropodza. Vakadzi vakawanda kwete vekuZimbabwe chete vakawanda kana vatsamwa ende dzimwe nguva vanenge vatsamwiswawo nevarume vavo chokwadi, but mazwi anozobuda mumuromo dzavo ndimo munenge makai. That's very poisonous. What they forget to remember is that wataura izwi iroro mangwana tichati sorry asi izwi rachona richagara ririmo, because words are seeds. If you never knew that, hear it now. Words are seeds. They might not flourish or germinate today. Nyangwe mati sorry yenyu iya ichabuda one day nekuti it will inenge yopamidzwa nezvimwe zvichaitika pamberi ipapapo zvozobuda zvava square root 6 times 60 or whatever the case may be. Saka mazwi atiri kutaura ndeasi ekuti kutaura kudai so tichitaurirana kudai so tichifadzana tichiwaraidzana ka ndo mazwi achona ekuti we want that. Kwete zvokuzoshoropodzwa power paya kunzi he makazodai tokufungirai kudai tozodai. Izvo kaizvo hazvivake, ndio zvinoputsa hunhu hwemurume. And maseeds yayoka, they will grow to the point yekuzoti murume anozoti zi kunyarara, at which point mabva maruza mhuri.
But that's equally reciprocal, you know, in terms of men or women, because there are quite a number of people that are in prison in their own households. So kuti munhu ari mujere atori nani, because just munozechero munhu akasatukwa ngoudzwa kuti there are many women and men that are told kuti iwe haufunge, kungoudzwa kunzi iwe haufunge. So you start wondering kuti pandiri kunzi handifunge pacho ndepapi. That's emotionally damaging. And there's a lot of slurs that go around. I think personally people should know the art of engagement. Kuti kana uri emotionally dysregulated, kana watsamwa, kana waita say go into your corner, unatsozvidzora waita calm down, then talk kana wazvidzora. Because I just think kuti, you know, social media has made it public. Zvimwe zvinonyangadza, pane mazwi mamwe atinonzwa achitaurwa pasocial media kana kuti zvitukwe that I didn't even knew existed or could be used in a public forum. Kutuka umwe mukadzi, kutuka murume, kutuka, you know, it's just so sad that that is what is being modeled to our young people, being modeled to us, because that toxicity of hearing it, if you tune into that, it's difficult to tap out of it. And
ndingakuvunzai ndivi munenge munoziva this, you might have expertise in nkirikini ma-dysregulations achona yaya nini nkirikini hanzi put yourself in a corner and to give your same time out handika kana watsama kuti usazotaurise zvausingachazokwanise kudzosara back hanti nekuti kana zvataurwa zvatautaurwa. Ini ndinoziva kuti pane it's a skill on its own. Inotodzidziswa kunzi kana wakatsamwa unodai wodai. Imi munozivawo here amwe maskills ekuti munhu anokwanisa kumashandisa iye nhasi kuti abve panzvimbo iyi yekuti akatsamwa zvekutsamwa zvaizvo zvekuti achazotaurira mai namai wake nambuya vemba nedzinza rose nekuti atsamwa kudaro. Are there any anonzi nkirikini activities or things that you can do? One yandinofunga inini yandakanzwa inini ndeye kuti ndinocounta from 10 going down. in seconds.
ndizvozvo
Apo ndichiita ma-deep breath ekuti ndinenge ndichiti deep breath in 5 seconds ndoiholder and deep breath out 5 seconds kuti ndiite calm, because that actually calms your nervous system ipapo. Those are
That
things,
is
my
correct.
skills andisingazive kuti vakawanda vanomaziva, and that's why we get into situations dzakadai. So vanhu vachinzi vanoshusha. What others can you provide?
Akawandisa ma-breathing techniques senga mataura iwayo, and akatowandisa ma-breathing techniques acho, kana kuti instead of breathing through your nose, try to breathe through your mouth. The whole point of that deep breath, kana kuti kana une rubber band, tsvaga rubber band unopfeka muruoko, zvese izvozvo wotanga kuitepa. But the main point of breathing, zvinoitika kana watsamwa, and I'm sure quite a few people know, is that oxygen haisvike kubrain sezvainofanira kunge ichiita. Saka the point inenge yava kuva kuti unenge wava musurvival mode, because the brain is saying you are under attack. Saka you are actually trying to defend yourself, to survive. Saka tinobva tatodzokera ku-primitive brain kuya kwekuti regai ndizvidefende, hazvina kuti ndiri kuona here. So everything, kuona, kuita sei, kufunga, everything is skewed. That's why zvakakosha kumbotura befu, kubuda panze, to find my distractions. There's a lot that you can do. Calm music to listen to go into a dark space. And also, I think one of the important things is to increase your window of tolerance, especially when you have partners. You just say, hazviitike kwandiri, kana kuti I cannot tolerate such behavior. You have to understand that there are certain things that are inevitable. So you have to say, how do I adjust my window of tolerance? It doesn't mean that you have to be receptive, kuti no, ndinofana kuti zvindiitikire, but you are willing to tolerate it to an extent that you can deal with it and say, oh, okay, you know what, I see it happening in front of me, but it's not going to dysregulate me. So by the time you are nosvika pastage atiri, it's very important kuti uzvizive kuti chinondibetsera inini kuti kana ndatsamwa ndidzoredzane chii. Is it a walk? Is it getting, just 5 minutes ndisati ndataura? Munoziva zvaita mapostori, ndakambonzwa story yemapostori akudhara aitanzi zvoni, I can't remember, hanzi mukadzi akaenda kumapostori zvikanzi, how do I get my marriage in line? Zvikanzi tora mvura, and then when you're expected to talk, unofunda mvura. Excuse the political aspect of it, but the whole point was on a deeper level, was the ability for that woman to regulate her actions. Kuti anatsoziva kuti when is it necessary to respond? What do I engage in? All those things are intricate into any relationship, whether it's with friends or with a partner. But zvakawanda kani zvekuri kuti munhu anongozviita kuti azvidzore. Vamwe vanoda kunhingirikana, kana kumwa mvura chaiko kunobetsera kuti oxygen idzoke mubrain. And then kana ndikuedza kusashandisa materms ekubasa, but ndoda kuzvitaura in as simple terms as possible. But kana wagadzikana pfungwa, then it means kuti wakunatsofunga uchiprocessa zvinhu zvakaita sei zvakadzikamira. Wakutora nguva yako uchireflecta, wakutora nguva yako uchiprocessa information in a logical way, yekuti partner yako kana newo unonzwisisa kwauri kubva nekwauri kuenda, and that's very important.
You know what, Auntie Clay? What you've just said in terms of kuti inyaya tolerance, I found men to be maybe can I generalize? Allow me to generalize to say I found it kuti men they are the ones that maybe find it difficult to tolerate especially issues to do with change. You know, most of them, they are so rigid that they don't even want to accept things that are happening because they never used to happen like that. For example, I'll tell you there was this debate about ichipare and polygamy. Yes, they were justifying kuti polygamy, women should just allow polygamy because there are too few men and more women, so they should allow polygamy. And then at the other side, the women are saying kuti what you are terming polygamy is not polygamy, it's actually chihure. And then I then brought the other dimension to say, are you also going to accept polyandry because it's happening? And they said, akuna zvakadaro, wakambomuri mukadzi anoita varume 5, varume 2, but it's happening because they think kuti polygamy ndiyo yoga iriko. They don't even want to accept kuti polyandry is also there and it's happening despite the fact that there are also V11s all over. Even in Zim, it's happening, but they want to turn a blind eye because the what used to happen kudhara, because zvainzi kudhara polygamy what hakuna zvakadaro, this one what you guys muda kuita zvinhu zvenyu, but it's happening. So just
ndingambotaurawo briefly. Handizivi inini chinhu chinonzi mazire endinoita vakadzi, hakuna mukadzi unoda kuita second choice. But ndikatarisa masmall house endiri kuona vamwe vanhu vana mabasa avo akanaka, saka upenyu upenzi here kana kuti mazire endoda mukadzi anoda kuita first choice. But kana zvinhu zvacho zviri adequate sokutaura kwamunoita, let's forget about vakadzi vaya vanoshupika vari desperate. We are seeing vakadzi vane mabasa akanaka vachiita small house. Kumira zvakanaka kwezvunhu here kana kuti there is something wrong?
But also wagwangu tisati tapindura mubvunzo, are you also aware kuti nemuwo muri small house, varume vanoita small house?
Kwagara kunongohugwa kubva pasi chigare, vakadzi vaingohura zvinhu zvavakadzi zvazvisingataurwi because mukadzi womunhu chero ukaona,
because you don't want to accept what is there.
Ndozvendiri kutaura kuti zvinozikamwa zvazviriko. It's only kuti zvinhu zvomukadzi womunhu chero ukamuonawo nechikomba zvazvakangooma kuti ndotaura, but kwete kuti zvazvisiriko. But ini pindurai mubvunzo wangu wandati ini, unoona munhu ane basa rakanaka, she's a social worker, a very good job, but she's a small house.
Because vakadzi we fall in love, Mr. Gwangu. Murume achauya achinyenga asina mbokudza kuti ane mumwe munhu.
No, but forget about those people.
Well, then what's the point of asking?
Ndiri kutaura vanoziva, anenge achitoziva kuti baba havana murume.
Isati vazivi.
Sorry.
Imati munoziva vakadzi steri vanodaro. Isati vazivi. Saka, in all honesty, even I've never been in that situation. I can only assume kuti we are very much emotional thinkers sometimes. So when we fall in love, most women where I've read in platforms where they found themselves in that predicament, in most cases, women will say, and then by the time panos have fallen in love, and I can't resist anymore. Ndopandinoziva, but mimi kana mchiziva vaya vanongoenda vachinosvina handivazivi, so I can't speak for those. So I don't see the point of you presenting the question if you already know those women vanodaro vanotoenda pane munhu vatori nemari dzavo. Ende kazhinji vakadzi, it's not kuti kana mukadzi ari social ane profession ari kutsvaga murume because vane mari, because varume vazhinji hamuna kana mari yacho yamunotita yamunofunga kuti vakadzi vari kutsvaga. But
handida kuti kutsvaga mari, ndosaka ndati ini ndabvisa vanhu vasina chavainacho ndichitaura nezvavanhu vari well up vane zvinhu zvavo. Let's forget about that.
Ndova ndati love imakati vanenge vasina love vanenge vachiziva kuti pane munhu. I don't think so. I don't think kuti mukadzi, inini speaking as a woman, I don't think mukadzi anototi up ndopandada nekuti there's a shortage of men. I don't think so. I don't think anobva atoti hapana zvokuzviita ndotongosheya naye because munyika munoma muna varume. That's not the case. The case is that particular guy has charmed her to a point where she's prepared to compromise and share. It's not got anything to do with shortage yevarume hakuna. Kuna shortage yevarume, quality yevarume, not quantity, quality. Saka pane chaanenge achiva paquality yehurume iyeye zvekuti she's not prepared to deal with varume vazere hatidi kunyeberana. I can tell you one thing for sure. Tika beja mangwana, between me and you, I can get sex quicker than you can get sex. Ndinogona kumuka makuseni ndinoiwana manheru kana nchida. I can tell you that. Muchitaura kuti pane shortage, I can pick up the phone first thing tomorrow and I can call a person. I know someone out there who I can pick up the phone. A few people I can pick up and say, can I come over tonight? And then one quicker than you. It's just not my morals, but I can tell you that. So shortage yevarume hakuna. Kuna shortage of quality of a good man.
Okay, can I answer you on that one?
Yes.
Why you can have it quick and everything? Why is because women are the ones who control sex.
Hey, there you go.
Right. Saka tikada kuti iwe ukafona ndewanda kuuya handirambi, but ndikafona kuuya unoramba. I cannot force myself on you. Why?
Saka shortage iri papi?
No, shortage itaura ndeyekuti chirika ndechekuti iwe uri kumanipulate the system because unoziva kuti neapa hand yekuti ndiwe une control yekuti you are not gonna lay charges on me. Handitika? But
so we agree kuti if I want a man tonight I can get a man.
That's why uchinzwa kuti vakaroora vachivari mudzimba. Mukadzi akati asida kusex nhasi ukamubata paiginya unonzwa ndirepa. But ari mukadzi wakabvisira pfuma ukatoroora. Handitika?
It's consent. It's not about Rora is not consent for the rest of your life.
Ndinoratidza kutaura advantage yachiri kuti kana mukadzi wakaroora ukachata naye achiti asida sex ukamumanikidza unonzi wamurepa.
Unenge wamurepa.
Pane advantage yakawanda yekuti anongofona rando muti ndiri kuuya because anoziva kuti wauya wega is too cold, saka hapana ma-allegations anozoleiwa. Saka that's why I mean that advantage. But if we're going to go on a new ground level, vakadzi vazhinji varume vazhinji will be equal with you, but the problem is that the law doesn't favor us.
Hapana, saka munoita zvokumanikidza here. Saka mari munozviwana but pakumanikidza chete. I simply said there is no shortage of men because if I wanted mangwana chaiye morally, it's not something I would do. There is no shortage of men. There's shortage of men because kana kuna shortage of men mangwana makuseni chaiye and there's two men and mimi muripa high demand. Why is it I can get it and you can't first? Tikaita competition pana shortage yevarume. Quality ndo yakashota, quantity zere. Vamwe vazere maprison.
Andikle mama pedzere mukoma Claude.
Yes baba zviri sei.
Ndansanda wana mukana wekutaura nezvenyaya iri mudariro.
Okay. Alright, mira declare watarakera mutaro then mukoma Claude mama we.
Munokwanisa kuita recap kuiverenga futi Dewa.
Alright, okay, 1 second.
Thank you.
Sorry, good night. Ndakudropa nekuti ndiri kutaurisa ndoenda comment section.
Ayo, gara ipapo.
Aiwa, ndiri kutaurisa.
Gara ipapo inwa mvura. Yatova declare kuti pana mbuta mukomenda dzi munonwa mvura. Right. Our topic tonight says I only attract older men. Dear Elder and Ddc Magadi Henyo, and thanks for this wonderful platform. Elder, please keep me anonymous. I'm a young lady, age 24, and the reason that brought me here, Elder, is that boys of my age don't propose to me at all. Elder, to be honest, the youngest person I would say I've dated was 35 years old, and I felt like there is a big difference between our ages. Elder, why is it that I only attract older men and the majority of them are married, and what causes it? Elder, can it be me who attracts them? Because sometimes I feel like it's a curse, and this makes me feel very emotional and upset. Elder, I want help. If there's anyone out there who had experienced what I'm going through for attracting older men, yet and they don't ask me out, one on this some friend zone. Thanks, Elder.
Okay, maitozvenyu Elder. Ndanzwa zvakawanda pana ndiri kumaterraces uku ndiri comment section. I think the bulk of the advice you have got already. But one thing that I would ask you, Mnyori, who told you it was a curse? Why didn't you think maybe it's a blessing? Perception is very important. I'm to view that one there's quite a lot of things that anyone can attract, right? The fact that then you opt to have them in your life, that's another thing. To attract something is totally different, but to engage with it is something else. Zvakafanana tower lights is an example that I can give you. Kuti tower light parinovakidzwa richienda on manheru, automatically there will be a lot of flies that it attracts, and they will be buzzing achiita sei achitenderera patower light riya. Makuseni parinodzima, you will never see a certain fly, or not even one that hangs around, because in life we will attract so many things that come our way, but it doesn't mean that you have to engage them. It might be people, it might be, for relationships, it might be friends. You attract so many people to come near you, but you make the option to engage with that person to a certain level. So where you have to ask yourself, okay, what lessons am I learning? Because I think in every encounter there is a lesson to learn. Okay, you have noticed, could you attract a certain caliber of people? What is it that you are learning? What have you heard? And from those people wawakadana now, I'm assuming kuti vawakadanana navo vanga vasina kuita sekuroora. What did you learn from them? What did they have to say about you? Those are some typical questions that I'm always keen to understand and know, kuti, how does the other person view me? And this is not an insecurity thing, because some people might take it as that. But I'm keen to know, kuti, what is it that you found particularly enlightening, interesting, that drew you close about me? And by finding this out, you have an understanding of self. And it's then very important to reflect. Saka munhu anoti akandira chakati. What is it? And reflect as well about yourself. Okay, but what is it about these married men that make them interested in me? Is it because they find me easy? Is it because they find me as a potential suitor? Why is that? Is it perhaps that I dress in such a way that I attract them to me? Am I dressing? I don't know. It's always interesting, Kuti, a certain age of some women believe, Kuti, underdressing or
or and Chada kuti men here write a comment on that. They have a certain belief kuti there is some kind of sexiness in dressing kunge vasina kupfeka. But there is a certain sophistication in the way you dress. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to walk like you are naked, or it means that you have to. So find out, is it the way I dress? Is it my tone? Is it my interest? Or are you looking for a fully polished product? Because you can find it easily in married men. They will talk the language that you want to hear. They will act mature. They will know what a woman wants. And yet, your own peers may not attract you because the language is not mature enough for you. The language is not what you want to hear. The foresight, perhaps they're still developing on that, even up to their teens and it. So it's about checking on those aspects. Munyore kuti, what is it about older men that attracts you? But if you were attracting, older men that are not married, it could be that is your type, because life has no equilibrium. Pawazoti married men ndopawakonana neni, because it was never said that you are meant to marry your age mates. You can marry across the range. Yeah, and nothing stops you from, because dzimwe humumu hwemapeers akoka, they are physically at your age, but in other spheres of development, pamwe 2 years nema 5 years, iwewe dzako dzakaenzana nemamwe 35 years, but physically you are younger, but on other aspects of development, whether emotionally or social, intellectually, you are at that age. And it's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you are attracting something that is already attracted, imagine kuenda kunoita magnet, pane magnet yakanamatira pane something else. The kind of friction that comes up from that, I don't think you want that. And that is definitely where you start asking yourself, kuti, is it a curse? But sometimes kuzviroya, tinozviroya with certain things that we can correct, uh, reflect on, work on, and say, oh, okay, if I am dressing zvinongoattractawo vanhu vanofunga kuti, I can get it on with them, 2 minutes vodzokera kuvakadzi vavo, and they are willing to perceive me that way, then I need to change and bring this sophistication about me. But if you know what you have all those attributes, and it's well liked by men that are single, that are potential suitors, that are older than you, that's your type, Munyori. And usatombozvishora kana zvakadaro. Ava vakaroora ka, if you don't want married men, the moment yaanotongokuudza, sadly some of them don't say, you end up discovering kuti ko munhu akaroora nhai. Why didn't they give you the option to choose? That is unfair, and that the first thing, those are the first things that you have to ask, and ask someone to be honest with you, so that you have the option to choose what you want. And if your option is then to have a relationship with someone who is single, then stick to that. Avakarorota iwaka, I'm a gutsy woman, I have my confidence, I believe that I am, I choose. Murume asina kuroora, kana zvanetsa ndomirira zvangu, pane kuti ndidye bora mugadheni momumwe munhu, hazvindishandiri. And that works for you, and that's okay. So you stick with your choices, and nobody will ever take away that from you. But don't ever think anything that happens to you is a curse, there is also some good attributes about that. Learn them and understand them, because in our greatest strength or strengths lies some of our weaknesses. So know the strengths, know the weaknesses. And if you know that, you are able to use your strengths more and to work on those weaknesses. And upenyu hwako hutofamba. But zvemakesi izvi taneta nekungofungira mweya wetsvina, kufungira varoi nepavasingamboshande kana chii. You are good, and the fact that you have reflected and realized, but there's a pattern here. That's the beginning of identifying, having a high self-awareness, yekuziya zvauri zvaunoda, woita sarudzo yako yakanangana newe. And mind you, they will be there and auto prefer. There are some that choose to have my relationship ne-married men, but kupedza nguva. And at the end of the day, zvinongo hazvinakidze. I just want to believe it's a miserable life, and I'm sure those people have stories to tell. Nobody wants to be second best, but there are some that choose to be, and they have their reasons. If it's not you, don't do it, because you will just live a life of misery, and you continuously realize kuti ko inga ndiri kuzvinyepera naye, ko inga ndiri kuzvipinza masituation. You're not happy. But those that choose it for a reason, some they choose it for financial gains, some they choose it for a peace of mind. Could say, I'm not dealing with this man. This man is going back to his home. That's their choice. But I'm assuming, Munyori, you are a young, beautiful, able-bodied young woman who wants to get married to a person. So then learn the art of, okay, fine, there will be many flies, but I will entertain and engage to a person that I choose by choice, who I see a future with. Ndo waunoengaja naye. Izvi zvese izvi itataura dzima makuseni, they will fall down. And zvatopera, they will fall down. Might probably boost your ego, but makuseni, let them fall down. And that's it. You move on with your life. Ndapedza hangu dewa, ndombogumira pano.
Thanks, Andy Clay. Mukoma Claude, how are you? Mashumba mulisa pasipata mulisa. Right, Mukoma Claude.
Ndiri bo zviri sei?
Madi.
Handi right.
Hapana.
Uyu munyori ka. Munhu ari kungotaurawo zvake nyaya yake akawanda kuseri kwechigunu. To be very honest, problem chaiyo ina handisi kuiona, because iye ari kungotaura zvinhu zvaanofarira. Hapana paambotsanangura kuti anonyengwa nevanhu vari older than he achivaramba. Ari kungotiudza zvekesi zvaakutotaurawo apo. Anticlay vanyatsotaura zvakanaka kungo taungoda kuwanzirawo varoi basa, ivo vagara zvavo vari busy. Idzi inyaya dzekuti havafaniri kutombopinda idzi. Hapana zvaari kutaura. Ina hangu, it all boils down to her choices. And sometimes you need to understand kuti unge uchinyengwa nevarume vevanhu, uri kuwanikwa uri pai, because area yeconcentration yako yaunoswera uri pretty much kana ichizara varume vevanhu ndo unosangana navo. Kana ichizara vanhu vari older than you ndo unosangana navo. Saka iye kwaari kuswera ndekupi kunenge kwakangozara vanhu vahombe kwaari. Handizive zvangu. But that's my thinking. For me, it's just boiling to her choices. She's got poor choices and she's going to be stuck with that. If she chooses to make better choices, then I just whether zera rake kana kuti vari around zera rake, that's what I think. Nyaya chaichaya handisi kuona hangu pane nyaya ini. Problem chaichaya hapatomborina problem. Inyaya choice, machoices ake chete.
Okay.
Ndo nyaya ingoripo, machoices ake chete. Because iye ane zvaari kuchuza ka, zvaari kuda kuita kunge asingafariri. But ndo machoices ake ya. She will be stuck with those choices until she decides to choose otherwise.
All right.
That's all I have to say. It's all about choices.
Thanks, Mkoma Claude. Masibanda Murisei.
Ndiri bhodhe wazviri sei?
Hapana madi.
Ndiri bho zvangu. Mene imimi ikoko.
Correct. Matemba
Correct.
madora nchakutumira message ndaona nhasi.
Shuwa musaregedze.
So don't worry. Okay. What's your take on this one?
Okay. Yato 10 yangu.
Yeah.
Okay. Inini. Yeah, so inini, I think Auntie Claire vamboshtaura kuti she needs to, the Auntie Claire, Auntie Barbara, I can't remember, vataura kuti she needs to sit down and maybe even ask vamwe kuti chawakambonyanyona pandiri chii, chawakatadza kuti chawakabva waona neage yangu ndobva wangodecide futi kungoninyenga. I mean, like, what did you see? You know, it might be insightful because you find kuti
decide wakuda.
tichasvika ikoko. Tichasvika ikoko. Zvabva kutaura Claude, tichasvika ikoko. Claude ataura kuti iwo wanyengwa, fine. Varume vanonyenga havaregi. Tozvotaura futi naClaire kuti taura iti rikabaka ishwa nyuchi hazviregi kuuya. Iwewe ndiwo unoridzima kuti handidi. So that's another fact. Handiti. So anyway, so if she wants to really find out kuti chimbori chii, you know, what is it chazoita kuti ndi attract, chiri pa tower light, ilight here, gates here, kudziya here, chii exactly chazoita kuti nditi pandafamba pese vechidika havasi kundiona. I think a lot has been said here about dressing, demeanor and so forth. So pane vamwe vanhu vekuti, you know, tichikura kuna vanhu vainzi zvoni, Barbara ane pfungwa dzechikuru. Kana wakambonzawo mastatement iwayo kunzi they were very mature, uri mudiki pamwe uri kuma17 chaiko, ukazobvunza kuti anomboiteiko dhau chamunonyanya kuti ari very mature, unzi ndiye anotofunga pano pamba zvinotorongwa zvese, vanhu vanotoiconsulta iye because pfungwa dzake ndedzechikuru. So there are people sometimes vanokura vakadaro kuti anenge aingonzi ari mature. Inini I had that problem. Ndindakazenge ndasara ndini ndatomai ndindazvese. From the age of 22 I had 5 children. 4 ndakazotita mumwe 5. I had 4 kids. My sister passed away. I took care of her 3 kids nevangu. So I automatically became very mature papfungwa dzangu. Kufara kwaita vamwe when they were 25, 26 ini ndanga ndine vana kumba. I had to think of fees. I had to, and vasisi vangu vanga vari vahombeka. Saka even zvokuti vana vari kuboarding, those were stories dzandatotaura nevakadzi vakuru kana kubasa. Because people my age did not have kids in boarding, they had kids in primary school. Vanga vari magrade 1, ini kutofunga zveform 1. You get it? So already pfungwa dzangu dzaingogara dziri mature, dziri kumberi kwevamwe vese veage yangu. Kushanda kuita sei, people were thinking of kutenga hembe, ndaitofunga kuti ndoda stand, kuti ndione pekugara nevana, ndoda kuvaka, ndoda kuita sei. Ndo dzaingove pfungwa dzangu all the time. Saka kuda kuzopinda mentality yekuti ukachisangana nemunhu, let's say if I was single then ndosangana nemunhu wezera rangu, aitondoonawo ndiri weird kuti iyi shasha yaimbofungawo zvemapati kana zvinoitwa nemamwe vanhu vezera rake wema25 vachi, you know, I wasn't even thinking of that. Ndikabata mari ndikapinda maEdgars, the first thing would be right, mwana asina bhutsu ndiani. It would never be like, you know, which dresses I knew, ndotora ipi. No. It was always about the kids and worrying kuti, my way, if I drop the ball, vana vese vai. The responsibility was a lot. So she might also have a situation, you never know. Kuti akakura sei, zvakambobva kupi. Anopa kamwe yake umadhalere and so forth, I don't know. Kalanguage kake, like nyaya dzaanotaura, anga achitaura nyaya dzei. Because makagara pavanhu, you know, people mukagara muri 10, people can tell kuti uyu anoda zvemujolo, uyu ari kufunga zvekuvaka, uyu akadai. And that's how vanhu kunyengana kwavanoita. Nditi they see you are around them and they then start kukutevera. Handiti especially married men dzavari kutaura, married men it's very rare kuti angokona mustreet kwakumisa mota kwakuti yes iwe, it's very rare. Vanotya, vanototaimira mumabasa, mumachechi, vanototaimira vachiona kuti sisi ninge avavo ndinomboti ndikavakanda ziso I think ndimary rataura about attraction and I think ndozvanga taura futi naCloud kuti uri kumboitei chiri kuzoita kuti vanhu vauye ipapo chii chazoita kuti a married man anzwe kuda kuya ipapo kana kuti murume muhombe stereki panewe because if sometimes if pfungwa dzechikuru uchipfeka hembe dzechikuru people will look at you and they can see kuti aiwa Barbara mwana mudiki uyu mwana mudiki kungopfeka hake unge mbuya but mwana mudiki chiyazoita asi kuti azokutevera chii she needs to think about that also zvimwe zvinhu ndezvekuzvitaurira you sit down and you tell yourself play azvitaura Claude azvitaura you tell yourself kuti I don't date married men nyangwe akauya aine chii ari mudenga ari pai and those are things that you should tell and ask them kokutanga cheko munhu achisvika okay zviri sei bo all right are you not married age yenyu hamusi married here handiti ndau iwo ukanyenga musikana ne25 handani ndo zvanotanga kukubvunza mukomadewa hamuna mukadzi here
ndonzi you're looking young wambobvunzisa izvo
bvapo
kana you're looking young
pamwe tiri muuk ndo zvatinoita but honestly kwana murume mukuru ari akamira ukatarisa lese mukoma gwangu ukavaona kana masheti avo anenge akaainwa mupono aye atinogara tichitaura namai Brian ungafunga kuti havana mukadzi ukangovaona so unongofunga kuti vane mukadzi simati haisi yega ndozvandokuta he'll have to convince you beyond reasonable doubt kuti zveshuwa ka ndina hangu ndino aina kudai shuwa but yeah mukoma gwangu vari smart vari smart mukanyi very smart so inini she has to tell inini I always say there's a point in life and I think even at 24 zvinotongoratidza kuti ane pfungwa dzechikuru akutozviona kuti zvandiri kuita izvi ndiri kuirasa which is a good thing it's a blessing that she has it's not a curse it's a blessing because vamwe havatozvioni kune vamwe vari kutomuka vachihura vachiita sei at 24 but iye akutanga kutoona kuti upenyu hwangu hausi kufamba zvaunofanira kunge uchiita she's already reflecting unotosvika kuti pfungwa dzake ndedzechikuru at 24 most people are not reflecting they are happy upenyu hwangu hausi kufamba zvaunofanira kunge uchiita at 24 most people are not reflecting they are happy
muri kuzvinzwa bega masibanda iko kwandirika
but handina imwe device iri on
isori pamuta taurai ameno zvaita sei
makundinzwa bo pamwe network amen anyway the long and short of it is that whether waattracta vanhu vakaita sei handiti iwewe ndiwe unomeka decision at the end of the day yekuti handidi akauya muhombe yeye womudza kuti no I can't handisi kuda akauya umwe ukadiscover kuti ari married kuti I don't date married men and she must make it a point kuvhunza right at the beginning kuti are you married anenge azonyepawo that's a different case sezvataura nababa but still zvekuzoti I fallen in love saka inini handichatombobvi hapana ba unobva unomutaura kuti shamwari iwewe ndiwewo wachinja magopost when I met you said hauna mukadzi now I'm discovering kuti une mukadzi saka rudo rwedu rwaperera pano handichada and when she does that once twice and she will become empowered anenge akutojaira kuziva kuti varume vanorambika because sometimes kune vasikana vamwe vasingagoni kuramba once wangoramba 1 waramba 2 you know kuti varume vanorambika and type yakati handidi vari married handidi so she can make a decision just make a decision angoya wese ari married I don't and she should tell herself that not only kungoudza varume vacho kuzviudza iye pachake kuti I don't date married men handiiti izvozvo handitambi navo handiseki navo whether kubasa kana kuti chii because sometimes vanhu vanokujairira hatizotambi tichidaro zvevanhenge handiti mune mukadzi kumba ukangodaro so 1 or 2 kana pari pabasa vanenge vakutozviziva kuti nhinge haazvidi. So she should also ngaatizive kuti nyangwe taulaitira baka zvataura naClear, you can switch it off kuti aiwa handidi handisi kuda. She can say no if she wants to change. And there's no harm hake kana achida hake vakaita vechikuru vanofunga saiye, no problem, so long as vasiri married, as long as they are not married. Because zvemamarried ukazvitanga at 24 ai unoita dzoto paunosvika 40 vanenge vakuumburudza ende havatambisi vanota mahit and run. Nopuhwa vana 6 uchingonzi une pfungwa dzechikuru. Yeah. So anyway, there's not much to say about this. You should just you attract iwo zvaunofarira kazhinji kacho. So ukatanga kuona kuti inini ndinenge ndikuona machi attracted the wrong person, go back into yourself kuti what is it that I'm doing chazoita kuti ivava vanditeveri. Is it dressing? Is it where I hang out and all this zvataurwa zvakawanda stereki? I mean, this is very easy to sort out. Hazvitombonetsi. And at the end of the day, kana pachizenge paitawo tseketudza akapinda akazokanda shoko, stick to your guns. I don't want older men, I don't want married men. Chete. First of akangodaro chete ka1 ka2 anenge akutojairira. Ndapedza zvongo.
Okay, thanks Masibanda. Right, Linda, nakusendera link if you want to come in, but you're about to finish. I've sent you the link. Right, right. You guys are gonna go. You can go and say whatever you guys want to say. It's open to everyone now.
Mira inditange ndambojamba hangu ndichiti it's really encouraging kunzwa I call it reaffirmation messages, because from the get-go it's been the same message kubatatanga chisho kusvika ipapa hapana munhu I veer too far from the central message yekuti mukadzi uyu hanzvadzi yedu. It's a perceptive thing. It's perception. What she sees in her head and what she thinks mostly in her head is what she gets. But let's also not forget kuti in Zimbabwe, if she is in Zimbabwe, there is a major factor of arrested development. Vana vedu vadukwava, their mentality has become so immature because they are still looking for kungwava. And they are not looking to settle down because they don't have the opportunity or ma resources to do that. Saka pane dzimwe nguva vakawandisa vachona who will look for a girlfriend and try and pass time and not take it into a serious in the next step, nekuti pfungwa dzavo hadzisi pakuvaka musha. They are still looking for my resources to enable them to get there. So we do have a major issue here, arrested development, and also the fact that vakuru vachona are taking advantage of the void. Nekuti these people that vaduka vangachifanira kupinda in that situation and be in that situation yekuti vanenge vachipfimba to actually settle down. They are not doing so. It's taking longer for them to get those resources that they need to start a family. And vakuru are taking advantage of that. Vopindirawo, vanenge vakarora, vanenge vasina havo vamwe, but that's the situation we cannot turn a blind eye on. And I will also want to emphasize kuti chokwadi vanhu vanoti pane mhepo hanzi mhepo dzinosundidzwa here kana dzinomuka. I don't know what the statement is, but what it says is tiri kufungira that there is some spiritual aspect in it. When I say there is some spiritual aspect in it, you don't have to go further than yourself and your nose It's as long and as far as your nose goes. You're the spirituality achona. What I mean by that is, truly speaking, as a person ka tunoda kupomedzera dzimwe nyaya kuna Satan. Satan haana simba rakadaro, tunomupa simba rakadaro pasina nekuti we are tapererwawo, and essentially tinenge tagumirwawo nepfungwa dzedu, but anenge asitorina nesimba rachona rekuti zvinhu zvifambe zvakadaro. And as I said early when I started, it all begins with your mind. Your mindset creates your reality. And when you think of those things, kuti I attract this, that, or the other, handine munyama, handikukwanisa kudai kana kuti handikwanise kudaro, you are actually putting limitations within your mind. Zvekutoti, the mind is very strong and it's a creative aspect of our lives. Ndipo pane zvikomborero zvakawanda mupfungwa dzedu. And if anyone here will not agree with me on this fact, Yakuti, what we have and who we are today and what we have become today is not because of anything but the way we think and the way we perceive ourselves. And knowing that we all have inonzi simba, nekuti pfungwa idzi ndidzedu, tisu tinadzo, and we control it, or our brains control us, our perception controls us. Ameno. But to those that have the ability to control their thoughts and their ways of thinking, my perceptions, and they create something that they want from their mind. Hanzichi, what comes out of your mind will literally manifest itself into reality. Because what happens is, zvaunoita kuenda kumashops, you would have thought about it. Haungangokarukani wangoenda kumashops woti ndasvikirei kumashops. Unenge wafunga. Unenge watoimagine yourself there. So that's the power. The power to say, Aiwa, I need to change. Maybe I need to change the way I approach this relationship thing. Vakuru ava versus vaduku vezera rangu. How can I change that? How can I perceive ndichifarirawo vaduku ivava kuti vava nemukano wekundi approacha and then propose to me whatever, friendship or courtship or dating. Ndipo panotangira nyaya ipapo. Once you control that, once you are able to understand that, I believe that the world is your oyster and you can benefit and succeed remarkably. Nemafungiro aunenge uchiita. It goes with anything. Panyaya dzerudo, panyaya dzebasa, panyaya dzemari, panyaya dzema-relationships. Kwete rudo nekuti rwakasiyana nema-relationships. I'm not repeating myself. And panyaya dzese dzehupenyu, it all starts in your mind. And don't limit yourself. Open yourself to new experiences, Heidi. And you might find yourself a 25, 28, 30-year-old that loves you and will carry that relationship to something that's meaningful. Usangazo tambene vakarora. That's my thought. Kuchine vanhu here?
Aiwa, varipo matsaura. Zvinonetsa kuti uchitsaura matsaura zvakakosha kudai. And I think like you have said it, that that power of the mind and really positive thinking and really framing your thinking is the secret to any success, whether it's relational issues, finance. Ndo secret yacho, hapana secret inopfuura iyoyo. That's ndombo zoti source of wealth yakadaro haitengwi nemari and haiwanike mahara, but that's such a giveaway. And it's really, really imperative kuti munyora angotora it just needs that constant reminder of how it is important to set your mind on the right things, because everything starts in the mind. It starts as a simple thought, and what you consistently think about, it frames your world, it frames everything. It's just like uneka mota kako, whatever, but because you have bought that car and it's your favorite car, you start seeing it all the time. Inonzi chiko yochi, then you continuously see it, but mota yangu yapfuura apa, white, because it's within your frame of reference and of interest, and you continuously are then set to identify that type of car. In the same manner, if you preconceive kuti I'm a married man in Duano, those are the people that you consistently find in your circles. And sometimes we sort of preconceive it and we verbalize it and we reaffirm it, and then atoma affirmations muupenyu hwedu, and those are the negative things that you don't realize. Sometimes we unconsciously affirm things that we don't want, but we don't realize we are busy affirming what we actually don't want in our life. Taiwa ini ndingoriwe munyama zvangu, ende zveshuwa ukangoti fambe fambe munyama unotoitika. Zonzi kwedu takaroiwa. You can't explain things. You end up using terminology that you have no idea how much powerful, because then it governs the way you think, it governs the way you perceive things, and in the end ultimately becomes the way or the frame of reference of your world. Saka, I think that's really, really significant if we want to change any behavior, change anything, including nyika yedu yeZimbabwe. I think it's really important to realize that it really starts with that.
That's true, Auntie Claire. That's true.
Yeah, you said it very well. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Love. Who wants to go next? Rukupate. Linda, ndakutumira ku WhatsApp ku messenger yako, Facebook messenger the link. Rukupate.
Right. If we are entertaining hopes of solving something, a problem within the society, as long as you continue to put this the gender issue, you won't reach anywhere. Let's say muranyaya senyaya. If someone is wrong, it's wrong. But I've seen this. I don't know whether you have catch this they were for the past discussions or debates we do. People always stick to gender. If it's the one who has made a mistake, I will try to side with him. When I know very well he is wrong, you won't get anywhere. And let's forget about this, that if one of yours is targeted, whether it's a man, then we will say, oh no, imimi munoda ivarume, nyaya ngaingotaurwa senyaya. Izvo ndozvaturaya izvezvo. Ngatinange nyaya senyaya, kwete nokuti kwai pazoita gender here, but mukadera munacho munosoro. Yeah, it's a merry-go-round. Thank you.
Thanks, Mkoma Gwangu. Anna Raktsigira here, who wants to go next? Right. Yeah, so on that note, we'll say thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for those who have been sending stars. Highly appreciated with your stars. For those who have subscribed to Ddc Skool of Thoughts page, it's only 99 cents for your subscription. Guys, subscribe. It's only 99 cents, not £1. Just 99 cents a month, not every day. It's just £1, $1 every month. By the end of the year, we're not going to need just $12 that you've did. And your $12, I rich man. I'm a son of a dead millionaire. If I cough some pounds. Saka and don't put Mariako, it will go a long way to go and support what not feel like that person needs our help. You and me should identify the person. Then that person try some sort of okay, how much do you think guys can do? You always see me the guys quite a crisis. And I do appreciate you guys. Good. Pandores Gamarika Toto support avan. Saka go Paniga Green up. Kahatke Green up. You subscribe there, your 99 cents yako every month okanyara zvako kana kuti send my stars. The money that you send for stars, it gets collected. I don't know, it's every month or so. Then we keep it with DDC account charity. Then we identify again. Then boom, we support someone. We make a difference in someone's life, you and me. Those at later. It's not got 4 hours, but the main purpose is to change lives. So how do we change lives? At times, material things change lives. At times, the way we do here to sit and talk. It's not about a lot of good feedbacks, guys, from people who highly speaks of us. Saka, I just want to say, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Like I said, I'm a man of few words, and the Babs or Rambas on the Omogara 4 hours, so no, I'm a man of few words. So, with that note, a man of few words will say, I do appreciate you all. We are a family. And I was quite happy and clarity na shuva ivesi Australia vakasangana ku divorce club and they were just 30 minutes away from each other, but now they are now friends. But at times this group or this social media, it makes people connect. Find out we had nice time. Yes, we America foot. Kwa George nana masibanda nana Koni. Saka, it is what it is. Let's use these platforms to make friends. Let's use these platforms to be a family. In nerera inokomana. I don't like na maina baba. Kitokune so much do not gamura na maivangu na babong. Mukona. Saka, zonobatsira nerero foot. You know? Saka, let's use this platform. Let's use these platforms. So I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for everything that you do. If you want to be one of the panelists, anytime you want, just inbox. Send you two pictures. Because you don't book over flyer, flyer. As not a problem, anything. If you've got a story that you want to share, bring your story. If you want to call, we are here to support each other. We name our personal issues. If I tell you it, do not name our personal issues. I want this every day. Program. Counseling, talking. Saga, if you feel you've been affected by this program, like we always do, please get in touch. We are here to support you. On that note, I just want to say, guys, stay blessed wherever you are. We'll meet again on Friday. Please don't forget, comment on the story. Comment the story. Reviews. What do you think? What do you think we need to improve? And the clarity, Eldaga, G50 nerera manch. Yo, and the clarity nerera. All right. Zuganzi manana maina na baba mira ya. Am I going to stand up? And the miri, going to nerera. And the maina baba. Didoro nerera, don't qualify nerero. Muruzon. Nerera na uti gore and the clarity. I don't believe that. Didoro nerera. Even can I maina baba mdor nerera of team in Tagafana. So, we'll meet again on Friday. Same place, same time. She just said, I think himself Friday, I think I'm gonna post it now. Chingo up. I think it says she's using Juju Avavima rituals. It's a very sad story, but it is what it is. Some people are going that route to make ends meet, but it's repercussions. So I just want to say, guys, thanks for the stars, thanks for everything, thanks for supporting us, and thanks for sharing, and thanks for inviting other people as well. You know, we are growing. We are now 16,700. Our page is growing big because of you, me, the work that we do, by inviting other people, by sharing with other people, it makes our page grow. That shows that we are reaching out. We are talking sense, even though we're getting to 30 or so, but at the end of the day, maybe 2,000, 3,000. That shows good because of time difference, but we do appreciate that. So on that note, we'll say, guys, stay blessed wherever you are. We'll meet again on a Friday.
Ddc Skool of Thoughts, yeah. Kubatirana, techi sana, techi yambusana, fila, kuone sana, techi simutirana, ya. Panondo pato sangana, techi batirana, panondo pato kumana, techi sana. Ddc Skool of Thoughts, Ddc Skool of Thoughts. Yautete wachimonyo pila icho kwadi upenyu uyu unoda kupana na miwono, yeah. Kubatirana, techi sana, techi yambusana, pila kuone sana, kusimutirana, nekukuruzirana, yeah. Panondo pato sangana, techi batirana, panondo pato kumana, techi batirana. Ddc Skool of Thoughts, Ddc Skool of Thoughts. Ddc Skool of Thoughts. Real life matters now. Mondays and Fridays, 8:30 p.m. UK time. Live here on Facebook. Ddc Skool of Thoughts.